Jesus Christ. All right. Your boy's a bit, under the influence. So let's see how long this lasts before the fucking train goes off the rails. All right. Oh. I don't know if I should make a panel. Jesus Christ, bro. I'm looking fucking swollen, dog. Jesus Christ. Casey the Goat, what's up, Stormy Normie? How are you guys doing? I'm a few drinks deep right now, so your boy's a little bit, slizzard, if that makes any sense. Let me see. What's up, Useless? What's up, my dudes? How you guys doing? I don't know if I should do like a panel type show, let motherfuckers join. You should post in the Discord that you're live. I can do that. But man, bros, UFC 321, it was going so well until that disappointing ass ending. Such a damn shame. Let me see. I'm just posting that I'm live in the Discord. Bro, it feels good to drink. Let's fucking go. Yeah, sometimes, not all the time. Do you watch Che at all? You're a degenerate just like him and us all. I don't watch MMA Che. No, I don't. But I would pop into his. Does he stream? Does he just make videos? I love being an alcoholic. I guess that's not ideal, Useless. But I would be open to watching MMA Che. Let me see here. There are hella motherfuckers doing MMA YouTube, aren't there, huh? That's crazy. I did pretty damn good on the picks last weekend, or I guess this weekend. Your boy went 9-12. Would have been like, depending on the Aspinall Gone results, we would have seen if we went 10-13 or 9-13. Volkov win was okay with everyone, including me. Bro, that Volkov win, Volkov 100 million% deserved to win. And I know that some people hate to hear this, but hugging is not fighting, bro. And it doesn't matter if Jailton Almeida would beat my ass. That shit is not real fighting. DC himself said it, that Jailton Almeida is not a fighter. Bro, I don't give a fuck how big and strong you are. If you're just literally laying on top of somebody like it's a citizen's arrest, where it's like, I'm going to hold him until the cops come. That's not fighting, bro. You have to fucking ground and pound. You have to try to submit somebody for it to be considered fighting. Holding on to somebody like you're fucking trying to detain like a suspect from a shoplifting fucking scene is not fighting. But yeah, that Volkov 100% won that fight, bro. He did way more damage than Almeida. That was a load of shit from Jailton Almeida. I hope they cut that motherfucker. He live streams less these days, though. He used to be almost every day. Now he's like 2 or 3 times a week. For sure, I might pop into one of those one day, just see what's up with him. You did amazing on picks, bro. Yeah, bro. I fucking went first. I was tied for first place with like 5 other people on predictions tracker, and I was like 4th most profitable. Almeida was looking like Rafael Estevam out there. Yeah, for sure, bro. Like, imagine being that like fucking just huge, like of an individual. Like you're on steroids just to go out there and fucking hug people. What the fuck kind of shit is that, bro? Do some damage. Almeida try to win by hugging. Exactly. I'm glad they didn't give him that fucking fight, bro. That was a load of shit. He did the same thing against Derek Lewis. Volkov landed more damage off of his back. It doesn't matter that Almeida was fucking humping on top of him for fucking 5 rounds. What's up, Herdanov? I had money on Almeida, but I can't respect that hold him down bullshit because it's like, bro, that's not fighting. Like holding someone down and not punching them and not trying to choke them out, that isn't fighting, bro. That's just like that's grappling, that's wrestling. Like people that say, "Oh, go watch kickboxing, casual." Why don't you go fucking watch wrestling, dipshit? I'm not trying to watch a motherfucker holding another motherfucker down for 15 minutes like Torres Finney. That is not an MMA fight. That's a hugging competition. That's a hugging contest. Get the fuck out of my face with that shit. You were also top 50 on Typology? Yes, bro. KCW, I went ham on the picks last night. You know, Nathaniel Wood, he was in a tough fight. That was an underdog that I got. Who else did I pick? Let me fucking do a pick recap. But yeah, top 50 in the whole world, maybe top 50 on Tapology. You know, we can fucking we can put the specific shit on there. Let me see. Let me go ahead and share this screen. Yo, what's up, Raro? What's crack-a-lacking, y'all? Audio sound okay? I just want to make sure that my microphone is properly set up. Your boy's kind of drunk right now, I'm not gonna lie. But we're hanging in there, we're having a good time. We're just hanging out. We're having a good time. All right. So yeah, fucking god damn it, bro. Such a damn disappointment with that main event, bro. Because it's like Gon was busting him up. I picked Aspinall. I'm an Aspinall fucking fanboy because I hate John Jones. And I mean Aspinall's cool, but like that also has a big part to play with it that I want to see fucking Aspinall knock John Jones unconscious and he ducked him. But it's like, you know, Gon was busting him up with the jab, and like Tom's nose was starting to leak. I was like, oh shit, okay, Tom's in a real fight finally. He's not just gonna go out here and steamroll somebody. You know, Gon stopped the initial takedown, but he was fucking poking Tom in the eyes and shit. It's just so frustrating that Gon was being fucking dirty with the eye pokes. It says that he won the belt. Okay, so Tom Aspinall defended his title for the second time, and Cyril Gon simultaneously won the belt. Get your shit together, Tapology. What happened, Lily? My dog's scratching at the door. Let me see. Mike Goodbro for sure. Yes, hello. Well, you read pretty decently for somebody who's drunk. Like I'm like half drunk, I would say. Like I'm not that drunk. So we're just chilling. You know, a couple drinks deep. But starting from the very beginning, bro, Mizuki Inoue getting that upset over Jacqueline Amarim was fucking ridiculous. Like she was coming in from the UFC. She hadn't fought in 2 years. I mean, granted, I guess, dude, this girl's career started when she was 16 years old. She's 31. Her pro MMA debut was in 2010. So how long ago was that? I knew she was 17. That's fucking wild, bro. So her birthday is August 19th, 1994. She debuted July 25th, 2010. So yeah, she did start when she was 16. She was about to turn 17. That's fucking wild, bro. So she's had damn near a lifetime of experience, and Jacqueline Amarim is mostly just a grappler. So, you know, she made her pro debut 2019, 9 years after Mizuki Inoue made hers. So it's like, goddamn, bro, I guess she was inactive, but the experience level was there. So like people that called Mizuki, I just don't fucking see. I don't get it. LMAFO, Topology, yeah, Topology's the shit, man. I think Aspinall will do what he did after the Blades fight, got to feel it out, and then come back better with more confidence. Yeah, I want them to rebook that fight as soon as possible, like literally next month, 2 months from now. Like, get on it. Get that shit scheduled, get that shit worked out. We got to get that fight running again just to see the result of it. You know what I mean? Whoever wins, we got to get some clarity. Yeah, not trying to be negative, but I didn't like the card at all. Worst pay-per-view of the year for me. I mean, Azat Maxim selling my parlay was pretty fucking unfortunate. Hamdi Abdelwahab versus Chris Barnett, obesity fest. Chris Barnett's fucking big fat ass flopping out all over the fucking place. Nobody wants to see that shit. Walter Walker did call him Chocolate Peppa Pig, though, which was very fucking hilarious. And dude, how about this guy with the heel hooks? Walter Walker is a fucking heel hook machine, bro. This dude's a fucking monster. Like, I was like, he's not going to be able to heel hook Louis Sutherland that easily, I don't think. And then he just does it to this big fucking unit of a motherfucker in Louis Sutherland. Nathaniel Wood gets a controversial decision. I thought Wood won, but I also picked him. So it's like, you know, I guess I'm a little bit biased. Let's see. What's good, y'all? Crazy fucking weekend, wasn't it? Dude, insane weekend. Damn anticlimactic main event. But other than that, it was an insane weekend. God definitely on Roy's and a cheater. Tom's revenge will come. I think so too. Hey, good picks this week, Casey. I appreciate you, Larry. Yeah, bro. I did pretty good. Hopefully I can keep the streak going into the next week here, into this next fight night. Francis is king of the heavyweights, though. Wish Dana would swallow his ego and pay him what he deserves. Yeah, man. It's just fuck, man. I wish we could have seen Francis versus John Jones, Francis versus Aspinall, we saw Francis versus Gon, but I don't know. That was kind of a lackluster fight because Francis had to wrestle because his knees were fucked up. But yeah, man, I mean, I would like to see Francis back in the UFC, but Dana will never let that happen. Yesterday was lit in London, please. We need some hype for this shit. Yeah, for the next fight or for the next card other than the main event, that card was fun for sure. over half ass cheeks being shown hit. Yeah, for sure. Word card was great. It was great outside of the main event, definitely. Ludovic Klein versus Mateusz Rąbecki was a fucking insane fight. Nathaniel Wood versus Jose Delgado was an insane fight. Wood getting dropped and hurt bad in the first round, had a rally back against Jose Delgado, ended up dropping him in the second round. It was a very close fight. Delgado's definitely going to come back a lot better, dude. Delgado's a killer, bro. He didn't beat Nathaniel Wood, but he was this fucking close. He almost got him out of there in round one, but a different referee would have stopped that fight. But Wood did his thing, and, he got the decision as close as it was. I feel like, he won rounds 2 and 3. Rebecca Klein was a war. What happened, Lily? What are you fucking around with the cats for? My dog's over here being obnoxious. Ikram Alaskarov got fucking exposed by Jun Young Park. He had to hold on for his goddamn dear life against Park. Park was putting it on him. The only way to victory was Ikram Alaskarov had to take him down. He was getting his ass whooped by Jun Young Park, the Iron Turtle. He fucking came in there and said, "Motherfucker, this is my house." And then the Quillian Sal killed Nazareth Haqparast head kick. Holy motherfucking shit. That was insane. I thought Nazareth died. Dude, dude. Oh my God. What an insane head kick. He went out like somebody goes out on UFC 5. That was a disgusting head kick. Let me go ahead and see if I can show a clip on here just to, we can bask in the glory of that fucking ridiculous head kick. Let's see. I'll get it on Instagram or Twitter. Let's see. Here we go. What the fuck? Let me see the...
Another highlight. Haqparast, unconscious, twitching on the canvas. Quillen Salkill. Oh!
You're not going to show me the fucking kick? Oh, we got Mackenzie Dern's ass. At least there's that. But let me see. I'll go ahead and pull the kick up on X. Let me catch up with the chat. Some of the degenerate gamblers were saying Walker's submission in the round 1 was a gimme. I doubted it, but wow, wrong. Dude, I didn't expect him to go out there and do that, but I wasn't shocked that he did it. I was just more impressed than anything. Walker, Salkild, and Azmat finishes were the only good things. Yeah, decisions and refereeing were so fucking inconsistent. It's pathetic at this point. At least Dan Murgliata wasn't there. He definitely needed a break because, yeah, that shit was brutal. Let me see. KZ, Tom getting eye poked was not Stiffy J material for sure. No, that was very flaccid material. The atmosphere was just zero. Prelim fights were all right, though. Yeah, the Abu Dhabi crowd, like, they're more like a reserved kind of people. Like, it's not like, I guess, civilized to fucking scream like a maniac like some other fans do, which makes other fans more fun. Not gonna lie, I had Walker by sub round 2. I thought Louis would make him work for it. Me too, bro. The good old days of Walter as an underdog, and we called sub at plus 750. Shit was beautiful. I wish I would have bet that shit. Healthy Francis knocks Gunn out for sure. John Jones versus Alex would be a good fight for a title contender. I don't want to see Volkov as a contender. He would get killed by Tom or Gunn, to be honest. Yeah, he can't stop the takedown from Tom. And, well, I mean, him versus Gunn was kind of a robbery the first time. Can we get 8 likes in here? Yeah, let me get some likes, eh? And I agree, Cut Almeida, no one wants to see that, nor would it ever earn a top-ranking win. Yeah, no. That's just a fucking terrible fighting style, if you could even call it a fighting style. Just a fucking awful game plan to go out there and hug and do no damage. Park continues to be robbed. I mean, yeah, bro. He fought in Abu Dhabi. If they have a fight in Seoul, Korea, he'll definitely get the decision win. Yeah, Ikram ain't him. Yeah, I like him for over 1.5 going forward. He's the type of guy who would survive almost 2 rounds but lose to a slightly better opponent. Yeah, and Junyon Park, it's like he's like a middle-of-the-road guy. He's like a journeyman type. Salkill deserves my respect. Me fucking too, bro. I picked Nazareth Haqparast. He got brutally fucking KO'd. Carlos Delgado robbery. You think so, that was a robbery? Or was it because you bet on Delgado that you think it was a robbery? I didn't bet either way, so I mean, I thought that Wood won, but I also picked Wood, so I could have been viewing it through that kind of biased lenses. Yeah, easy brain damage, 100%, dude. Fucking brutal concussion for Nazareth Haqparast. Here we go. I got the clip here. Yeah, Nazareth's definitely going to have to take some time off after that one. That shit was fucking brutal. Here we go.
His parents put him in training because he was overweight, but they own a bakery.
Easy. fucking insane. He's pitching on the ground. Fucking ridiculous. Let me get the slow-mo.
Oh my god!
No setup, just threw it out of fucking nowhere. Just slept him brutally.
Shin to temple.
Oh my
Good
god.
He
Left him fucking
absolutely
face planted on the ground.
chalked Nasrat Haqparast.
I mean, you should hear the sound this thing makes.
Fucking, that's a hell of a diet plan for Kelvin Gastelum, huh? Good lord. The thing is, Khabib training has been like his father, where Khabib wants every fighter to fight like him, grapple pressure, but he hasn't changed Ikram's style. Yeah, Khabib wants everybody to fight like him. He's like, it works, brother. Just take him down, hold him, beat shit out of him. You know, Ikram was a decent striker. Same with Umar. Exactly. Umar looked very different, constantly having to press. Yep. Umar like has fucking good striking, or at least he had better striking, I guess, than he showed in the Mario Bautista fight. He got caught and he was like, fuck that. He's just like, I'm gonna hold this motherfucker. I haven't seen anyone that out in a while. Head kick was perfect and fucking immaculate head kick. It was ridiculous. That was like KO of the year for sure. At least one of them, top 10. Dude, the KOs this year have been fucking insane. The spinning elbows outside of the UFC too. Sergio Pettis versus Magomed Magomedov in the PFL. That was a fucking disgusting knockout. Selkold is him. Yep. He did for Espan Ribovics. Ribovics had Nasrat hurt bad at the end of round 3. So yeah, it's an impressive win, bro. I don't remember the last time we've seen Nasrat knocked out like that. If we have, maybe against Drew Dober, I know Nasrat got KO'd. But other than that, shit. But I don't think he got KO'd like that. Yeah, that was the last time he got KO'd was against Drew Dober. That was like 10-something fights ago, back in 2020. So hella long ago. Umar loses to Merab again if he fights like that, bro. Umar was huffing and puffing after those 15 minutes with Mario Bautista. After 3 rounds, round 4 and 5, Umar is going to be fucking done against Merab. Like, he was, dude, his post-fight interview, he was, obviously, you know, he's in great shape for, like, a regular fighter, but not, like, Merab level. Like, you have to have fucking insane, like, an insane gas tank to fight Merab. Like, Corey Sandhagen, I feel like, I would like to see Corey Sandhagen versus Umar again. Maybe it's not as shitty of a fight this time. Corey needs to actually go out there and try to put it on him. But I think Corey could win. He could out cardio. I mean, if he's actually trying to put the hands on him, if he's actually trying to damage Umar, Corey can get that done for sure. Khabib used to get corrected by his pops a lot, and it helped him. Yeah, Islam was fortunate to get a lot of training from Khabib's father and training at least. Yeah. Khabib's dad was probably more like, I guess, cerebral, like, you know, more analytical than Khabib is. Khabib's kind of like a meathead. Facts. Christ, Umar and Ikram need to adjust like Islam. You can't just grapple and pressure like Khabib. Khabib was different, exactly. Glad Nasrat finally got an L. He was getting away with those close decisions. Yeah, but he didn't make it to the judges this time. I think Ribovics and Gordon both won against him. Yeah, those were really close fights. Sorry, I meant Volkov would die versus Super Soldier Gon. Yeah, I mean, shit. Gon was looking crazy in the pictures leading up to it. Umar ain't beating Merab like that? Hell no, bro. And Merab, I feel like, would even finish him at this point. Like, Merab's looked even better since that Umar fight. So, shit, I mean, Merab could knock him out, honestly. Because Umar's not going to out-wrestle him. I highly doubt that. And, I mean, if you're going to outstrike him, you need to have the cardio to go 5 rounds. He was tired after 3 rounds with Mario Bautista, so shit. Yeah, Khabib also fought lesser opponents. In my opinion, I don't discredit his skill. He's one of the GOATs, but Islam had to fight much better competition in his prime. I agree as well, especially with the Volkanovski fights. Oh, I mean, the Volkanovski fight. The second was on short notice. That was a load of shit. Delgado was a robbery, in my opinion, but because I bet him, for sure. Brr, what's up, Hole and Dan Socks? Brr. Brr. All right, I think Rebecca has more brain damage than Nasrat. Bro, Mateusz Rebecki needs to take a fucking break, bro. Just war after war after war. It's looking bad for Rebecki's health. I feel bad for him. I love him as a fighter. He's fucking always goes out there and puts wars on, but like, bro, this dude's brain is dealing with some shit right now for sure. Chris Duncan and then Ludovic Klein put on him, like that was fucking, yeah, Rebecca CT speed run, exactly, for the love of the game, for sure. He's like a Polish Justin Gaethje, bro. Same with Mason Jones. Mason Jones is like a Welsh Justin Gaethje, the UK Gaethje. In response to the Merab Umar comment, I mean. I hear ya. Yes. I blind-tailed a Nasrat bet. I guess the lock isn't every week, huh? No. Yeah, man, I picked Nasrat Haqparast. I picked him. I thought he was going to win, and then he gets fucking slept with that head kick. That's some type of shit that you can't really call, you know? Puertas de la muerte. Hey, yo, brr. Fucking stupid ass on the well. Rebecca fight IQ is sus. What's the best KO of the year? I'd say Protest. Process Neil was disgusting. Lerone Murphy over Aaron Pico was fucking nasty too. Braden K, what's up, Braden? What's happening, my guy? Can we talk about this weekend coming up, like Yadier Del Valle? I'm pretty sure he's definitely going to get the win over Dolgarian. Like Dolgarian's only chance in that fight is to get the takedowns consistently, and Yadier seems like a fucking brick shithouse, and he would be very hard to take down and hold down. He looked definitely juiced up. Yo, Melissa Croden's fighting next week? No. Okay, no, she's fighting in 2 weeks. She's fighting on the Bonfim versus Brown card. She's fighting Luana Santos. So Melissa Croden's having a quick turnaround. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, Yadier Del Valle, he's a slight underdog against Isaac Dolgarian, bro. That's fucking sheesh. That's pretty, I mean, that's pretty appetizing. Del Valle is an underdog against Dolgarian. Dolgarian lost to Christian Rodriguez, who was completely gassed the fuck out in round 3. I mean, bro, if Del Valle has any kind of like wrestling and grappling defensively, I mean, he fucked up Connor Matthews, but that doesn't tell you too much. You got to watch his Dana White Contender Series fight. I don't know how good this guy's grappling though. I mean, 6 submissions. Shit. He beat Michael Aspel by decision. I feel like this would be a valuable fight to go back and watch. Like, you got to watch tape on Del Valle to see if this dude's a real deal. That's what I'm going to do for sure. I'm going to see if this guy is a real deal in terms of like wrestling and takedown defense to see if he can beat Isaac Dolgarian. Because I think that he fucks Dolgarian up on the feet. Dolgarian doesn't really have hands. He just takes you down and ground and pounds the shit out of you. But Del Valle is a live underdog. I might be picking him. What's up, Savage? That sounds good. Early fight night takes sounds dope. Yeah, I can go over that. Thoughts on Khabib picking up DC in the cage after the fight? Yeah, Khabib's always fucking with DC. They're buddies. They're homeboys. My initial read so far is the Garcia money line, Del Valle money line, Dante Johnson money line. Dude, that's a fucking sick ass parlay. I think that hits 100% because I'm picking Dante Johnson. I think that, Cedricus Dumas is just not good. And Dante Johnson was a fucking 5'8" heavyweight. This dude's 5'8". He was fighting at light heavyweight and heavyweight. He was fighting at heavyweight, light heavyweight. Now he's dropping down to 185. So this guy, 5'8", is going to be a brick shit house. He fought at heavyweight on Dana White Contender Series, and he got a knockout in the first round. He's going to knock the fucking shit out of Cedricus Dumas, bro. If this guy has any kind of grappling where he can just like defend the takedowns. Dante Johnson, I feel like I need to watch tape on this dude, but just from the record, I feel like this guy is a solid ass pick for sure. So Johnson, Del Valle, and Steve Garcia. Ooh, even money? Sheesh. I might place that parlay myself, Braden. God damn. Umar's chin is pretty ridiculous. Dude, he got fucking clipped and dropped quite frankly pretty easily. I mean, it was a nice knee from Mario Bautista, but he like damn near got put out. He like fell. He was like, and then he woke back up. Oh, shit. Popped right back up, went for the takedowns, or like went to a retreat and then eventually shot in. He's on a 13-fight winning streak currently. Who are we talking about? Steve Garcia? Let me see. Del Valle. Del Valle, he can't be on a 13-fight winning streak if he only has like 9 fights on his record. Are you talking about amateur too? Okay, yes, amateurs as well. Okay, 13. Yep. I'm with you. Braden, your call for Tom Aspinall versus Gane to go to the distance was great. Just like your jazzy call. David Panda's over here trolling. Oh, wait, he pushed DC out. My bad. Oh, yeah, those two fucking around again. Yep. Sup, KZ, much love from India. Yep. Versus high-level competition. I'm genuinely confused. Shit's like the Vanderford line from 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 fucking years ago. Hello. A few weeks ago. Thanks, David Panda. You only make correct calls. Braden just chases dog pick flips when no one looks. He says he called it when he's right. That's fucking crazy. He picked Raposo, though. I mean, he was like, Raposo's gonna win. I'm like, nah, Braden, you're a fucking idiot, bro. Azat Maxim is him, bro. Azat Maxim's gonna shit in Mitch Raposo's mouth. Mitch Raposo sucks. And then Azat Maxim goes out there and fucking loses. And I'm like, God damn it. He fucking missed weight, bro. He sold my fucking parlay. Damn shame. I mean, if it wasn't Azat, it would have been Nasrat. So Nasrat Haqparast. So I mean shit. But other than that, every other leg hit. It was a 7-legger, and I got Azat and Nasrat wrong. Ugh. Love that for Croden. I'll be taking the over 1.5 again. Yeah, Croden fucking wants to be active, bro. You got to respect it. Da-da-da-da. I called Raposo beating Maxim this week. Yep. I also called Amarim to go to the distance. Da-da-da. Garcia real quick. Yeah, bro. I think Garcia definitely gets it done. And it's even money. Bro, I was so sure Azat would win. So was I, bro. I was like, this guy fucking went toe-to-toe with Charles Johnson. He barely lost to Tagir Ulanbekov. That was a close-ass fight. And then he just goes out there and looks like shit against Mitch Raposo, who I feel like would lose and get finished by both Tagir Ulanbekov and Charles Johnson. It's like, what the fuck, bro? Charles Johnson knocks out Joshua Van. He knocks out Lonier Kavanaugh. And Azat Maxim went all 3 rounds with him, made it look competitive. And he's like, yeah, of course. He fucking made it close to Charles Johnson, who's an underrated dog. And then he just goes out there and shits his bed against Raposo, bro. Bro. Lily, what are you doing dropping my headset? I dog flipped to Maxim because Casey. Yeah, bro, I was fucking confident that he was gonna get the win, bro. It was just based on his past performances. I was just like, yeah, this guy's really fucking good. And then he goes out there and looks like shit. It was a fucking pain in the ass. It was very frustrating. I picked Pereira, I picked Garcia, I picked Derek Lewis. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. How did Raposo keep landing on Azat so easily with shorter reach? Dude is a bum like Raposo. I guess so, bro. Because that shit was, I don't get it. I really thought that Azat was gonna go out there and just smoke him, but he just went out there and looked like shit. Yep. But let's see, your boy 9 out of 13, right? See right here, rank 150 out of 8,105. Boy did good on the card, apart from the first 2 fights. Everybody got those fucking first 2 fights wrong, though. You know, Mizuki got the win. Surprisingly, I had Amarim submission, Maxim KO round 2. Raposo got that done. I picked Abdel Wahab. I thought that he was going to be able to get Chris Barnett's fat ass out of there. Wood decision, got that. Walker submission round 1, got that. Klein decision, got that. Alex Skarov decision, fucking got that. Picks are fucking immaculate. Haqparast, I was expecting him to get the stoppage. Nope, he gets brutally slept. Mirzakhanov KO, I got it, but I picked round 2, didn't get the round 1. Volkov, I picked him to get the stoppage. He got the decision. Nurmagomedov, decision, got that shit. Dern, I picked her by submission. She wins the decision. Aspinall's fucking, God, Jesus Christ. Tom Aspinall getting his eyes fucking brutally finger raped by Gon was just not a great, just literally the worst ending that could have happened to the entire card. Jesse got knocked out. Yep. I gave Hoosier his flowers for his call. I misread the fight. Yeah, I picked Firo by decision. I definitely didn't expect him to get the knockout like that. That's fucking ridiculous. Meat in chat? What are we talking about? Who's meat? The weird thing with YouTube. Can you shut the fuck up, please? All right, one thing I don't do is hide from my shitty calls. Yep, I cut my hair off because of a shitty call. Yeah, I had Belgarui last week. First 2 fights over 1.5 were clean. Lucky there wasn't time left in the first, though, or Amarim would have gotten her head pounded into the canvas. Yeah, I didn't even end up watching that fight, bro. I was fucking... I was doing something else. I don't remember what I was doing. I think it was just too early. I just, I looked at I saw that Mizuki won, and I was like, God damn it, whatever. And then I saw that Maxim, I saw, the end of round 2 and 3 for Maxim, and I was like, fuck me. Because, the fights were super early. So much happier betting round over-unders on these chalky money liners. That's probably the best way to do it, bro, honestly. Because there's not even much value on the money line for these big favorites. Yeah, for sure. Nasrat was most people's pick. The not to go to the distance was perfect, for sure. Pandai said I gave Hoosiers flowers on his Manon call and apologized, saying I misread the fight. No, Brady, you told me you would be in chat next day and for me to be in chat and left. What fucking chat are you guys talking about? You guys talking about AJ? For sure. Amram was getting her head pounded close to a finish. If there was 10 to 20 seconds left, it was wild. Props to her for surviving those 1.5 and 2.5 overs. I don't know what the fuck this guy's on about. I mean, he's a troll, Braden. I mean, this is what he does. This is how he has fun. Ugh. Jesus Christ. Sorry if you guys heard my neck exploding. But yeah, man, shit. Let me go ahead and keep looking through the next fight night. Yeah, Steve Garcia versus David Onama. Dude, based on what Steve Garcia was able to do against Calvin Kattar, it was very impressive. He was very aggressive, but like measured with his aggression. He was very technical. He was putting it on Kattar, but he wasn't like being reckless, putting himself in shitty positions in order to get countered and stuff. He was very good. It was measured aggression. He was pushing the pace, but he wasn't like putting himself out of position, like I said, to get countered fucking stupidly. So Steve Garcia really looked good. Onama, his last fight, who did he fight? He fought Giga Chikadze. He got the win. That's an impressive win. I'm pretty sure he had to wrestle to get that one. I got to go ahead and rewatch the tape on that fight. Let's see. We all get picks wrong. It happens. Yep. But he's annoying me now. I misread a fight. You make billions gambling. The whole point is to annoy you. Yes. One chalky lock I like. One chalky like I like is Dumas to lose. Me too, bro. I'm definitely picking Dante Johnson. I'm gonna watch the tape on him, but like just based on what I'm seeing on the record, that's what I'm going for. Because I'm pretty sure everyone misread fights. Just a matter of how he loses. Might go money line on Johnson though, just to be safe. Do you think he's going to be a big favorite? Because I don't see the lines out for that fight yet. Literally the best sports bettors have 70% wins year to some. Some will be wrong. Trolling has to be. Yeah, your boy is 60% on the topology picks, like overall. Let's see. 212 wins, 131 losses. I guess 3 draws or no contests. So I got 61.81 correct. So that's not terrible. Not great. Not terrible, though. Better than a coin flip. 11% better than a coin flip. Aspinall would have. What are we talking about? Ignoring the trolling makes it have no value? Yeah. 100%. 100%. But yeah. Talita Alencar versus Ariana Carnelossi. I need to watch tape on Ariana Carnelosi's jacked ass. Because I don't know, bro. I mean, if Talita Alencar can't consistently get her down, that's going to be, tough for her to stay on the feet with this girl, I feel. She lost to Stephanie Luciano, but Stephanie Luciano is good. It's not like that's a terrible loss. Carnelosi has only lost to Lupita Godinez, Angela Hill back in 2019. So she's very inactive. But we've obviously seen, based on Mizuki, that maybe inactivity isn't the fucking worst thing ever. She got a TKO win over Bruna Brazil. That's a pretty impressive win, but this was way back in the day. Lost to Amanda Hebas, 2014. Yeah, I gotta watch tape on Carnelosi Alencar. I want to get to see what these girls are looking like. Sakyan Ko versus Phil Rowe. I'm probably gonna be picking Sakyan Ko just based on what he was able to do against Oban Elliott, and then how Phil Rowe was kind of getting grapple fucked by, was it Angelusa? Yes, Angelusa. So I don't know. I feel like Sakyan Ko's grappling looked really impressive there, so I'm gonna be picking him here. If Aspinall lost, he would have gotten called Aspinall. Yeah. I thought he was about to put on that pressure on Gon, though, and Gon knew it and cheated his way to avoid that heavy pressure. I don't know, bro. It was such a frustrating scenario. I don't know if Gon poked him on purpose, but Tom definitely didn't quit. He got his fucking eyeballs gouged out of his head. Bro, the MMA community is majority filled with nice people. Panda is usually chill. I mean, I take accountability for the Jazzy misread. Manon did Smoker, but like Tick said, we all make bad calls sometimes. Fuck, I look like Umar right now because I bet Huang to beat Patty McCory. The November 8 card is way better than this one, in my opinion. Let me see. Ugh. I will be right back in 1 second, y'all. Give me a minute. Ooh. God damn it. Ugh. Where are you? What took so long? All right, y'all. I'm back. All right. I really wasn't expecting Manon Fiorot to win like that, to be honest. I was just expecting her to defend the takedowns, piece Jazzy up, not that effectively, just land the better strikes and win on the feet. I think Gon did that. John Jones method. He was willing to lose points to win by finish, potentially. He's tired of getting so close to that belt and losing. Even with the sauce, he's going sicko mode. Bro, that eye poke was fucking horrific. Yeah, I like those. Let me see. Kevin Christian, I don't know too much about, so I gotta look into him before I pick him. This guy doesn't I don't know, bro. This guy doesn't really look like a winner. I'm just gonna say that, Braden. I mean, 6'7", that's fucking wild. 6'7", what weight class is this? 205? Dude's fucking massive. I gotta see him fight in Dana White Contender Series. He's fighting Billy Elikana. Billy Elikana put on that stinker of a fight with Ibo Aslan. Got the decision there. I mean, shit, we'll see. The Kevin Christian one I need you guys' input on because it's more on a whim. No real analysis or tape study done yet. It's just a hunch because he's 6'7". For sure. That makes sense. Yeah, I'm gonna check out his fights on Dana White Contender Series, see if this dude's any good. I mean, if we look at this record here. Okay. Lost to this dude that was 4-4 on the regional scene, but that was 2016, so it's fucking 9 years ago. A TKO'd back in 2016 as well. Hasn't lost since then, but he fights. There was a long period of inactivity between 2019 and 2024. He didn't have any fights. Is that because he's just been training or what? Like I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see what he looks like in this most recent LFA fight. Got a TKO though. For sure. November 8th fight night is good. This one has, for sure, this coming Saturday, though, has a lot of value. For sure. I like Garcia and D'Elia. I'm going to skip the rest. D'Elia? Who's D'Elia? Ah, okay. I'm fucking retarded. Yeah, Ante D'Elia. Yeah, I think Ante D'Elia gets it done as well. Him and his fucking third nipple. He should definitely get the win over Waldo or Cortez Acosta. I feel like the experience is, bro, this guy is 26-6. That's an insane amount of experience. Granted, he doesn't have the same amount of UFC experience as Waldo Cortez Acosta, but Waldo Cortez Acosta, dude, most of his fucking fights have been inside of the UFC. That's wild. Let me get rid of the boxing. We had a solid amateur career. Bunch of TKOs. Damn. Waldo Cortez Acosta is 7-2 in the UFC. So he was 7-0 when he came in. Yeah, shit. But I like Ante Delia to get done. He had a lot of high-level experience outside of the UFC. It's not like he was just fighting bums. He's fighting in KSW and PFL. He has wins over Renan Ferreira, the guy that Ngannou fought for the title over there. The big dude that Ngannou fucked up, but, he looked impressive. Yeah, man, I'm picking Ante Delia on that one as well. I feel like a good parlay would be Delia, Garcia, Del Valle, and who was it? Dante Johnson. But I got a double check on Dante Johnson, or Sukyan Ko, Johnson, and Charles Radke. I might pick him, but I'm definitely not going to bet him again. He sold me against Malat. Del Valle, Johnson, Sukyan Ko. Yeah, man, there are different ways to attack this card for sure. Whether you want to go to the top or start towards the bottom. You don't like Del Valle? I do like him. You see his last fight, he was like -600 and dominated, looked awesome. I don't know how he's nearly plus 300. Is he fucking plus 300? Are you serious? Against who? Okay, no, he's only plus 155 here on Tapology. Because Isaac Dolgarian's a really good wrestler, but I think that Del Valle should be able to stop the takedowns and fuck him up on the feet. Let's see. I take the Kevin versus Elicana to go under 2.5 off rip, but I have to sit down with the tape, to be honest. Yep. I got to do all my tape study for this card. The guy he's fighting is unproven in my eyes, Dolgarian. I mean, he's proven to be like a really good fucking wrestler, but he doesn't have the best gas tank. And if he gets stuck on the feet, he's definitely going to be in for a hard time against Del Valle. It's fucking 6'7", yeah. Bro, November 8th Apex card might be a better card than 321. Are we talking about Brown versus Bonfim? Because that's a banger ass card. And he's a black belt and a good rangy striker. We're talking about Kevin Christian. Oops. Yes. For sure. He's live for a finish under 2.5 so far. Seems clean. Yep. He looks solid for sure. Hopefully he becomes elite. We need a talent at 205 badly. You guys are talking about Kevin Christian, I assume. He literally has your name. We have to bet him. Right. I think 6'7" underdog versus Elicana is a good bet. Yeah, I gotta check out the tape, but I would agree with you. Shout out to Cody Durden for stepping in for Rafael Estevam. Yeah, for sure, bro. Cody Durden. I mean, win or lose, this dude's a fucking real fighter for sure. 6-6 in the UFC. Been stopped. Doesn't give up. He just fucking comes back again. He just keeps on fighting. So you gotta respect motherfuckers like Cody Durden, even if they're not the best fighter on the roster. They still show up to fucking scrap no matter what. Kevin Christian will lose? You think so? Kevin has never been to the third round. I like Stormy's lock for this week. Yeah, it's Garcia and I don't know who else. What's up, baby?
Are you beefing?
Not necessarily. Why?
How many people in the
6 or 7. Garcia plus Radke? Bro, fuck. I would not be betting Radke after he got slept like that against Malat, but Daniel Frunza did get fucked up by Reese McKee. So I'm definitely going to be picking Radke, but betting on him is a different story. Radke's a great pick this card. Yeah, I think that he beats Frunza. Y'all misread him on the Canada card? Yeah, bro. UFC repays him here for getting slept in Canada. I don't know for sure, to be honest, but from looking, I think Billy does well. Yeah, I got to see what Kevin looks like on the tape. Onama can't beat Garcia, y'all don't think? I think that if anything, it would be like a fluky KO. I think that Garcia looked really, really good against Calvin Kattar. Granted, that's like kind of like a slowed down, not as hungry, not as much of a killer in Calvin Kattar. But David Onama, I mean, I don't know, man. He went life and death with Nate Landwehr. He does look good in these fights. A win over Gabriel Santos, though, is very impressive because Gabriel Santos is kind of a fucking killer. So for him to knock him out with an uppercut is pretty damn impressive, to be honest. I don't know, man. Did he miss weight against JSP? Yeah, he did. Onama's never been 5 rounds. Granted, neither has Garcia. I don't know, man. I got to watch the tape. I mean, Onama is good. He is dangerous. He has, I would say, more power than Steve Garcia. It's probably like stronger overall. But I don't know, man. Steve looked really fucking clean against Calvin Kattar. Very good measured aggression, good head movement, good hands. He's got as many KOs as David Onama has wins. I don't know, man. Shit. Steve Garcia, he's been looking really impressive as of late. So I'm not going to say that Onama can't beat him, but I'm probably going to be picking Steve Garcia for sure. It's true. Isaac is like a minus 250. Yep. He was plus 255 on my book to open. That's wild. He's losing to Yadier Dovalle. Wrestled lots in his last fight. Yeah, but devil's advocate, that was against Connor Matthews, and Connor Matthews is kind of a shit can. KZ, when we drop your predictions video, most likely, I would say Thursday. Thursday, most likely, because I do a lot of tape study on Wednesday and Thursday. Roma, what's up, Roma? How you doing, my guy? But yeah, mostly on Wednesday and Thursday because my days off. I work on the weekends, and then I have my days off on Wednesday, Thursday. So that's when I do the majority of the tape, and then I'll drop it, Thursday, latest Friday, obviously, because I can't fucking drop it on Saturday. But with work, it's rough to do all the tape study. To not go the distance, either fighter is live. To be honest, for Garcia Onama, I think Garcia knocks Onama out. I like that as well. In under 4 rounds, yeah, I would say so. Safest play is to not go the distance or under 4.5 available on your books. I would definitely say, I mean, the odds for this fight to not go the distance are probably going to be wild. It's probably going to be like minus 600 because both of those guys are finishers for sure. David Onama swings like a fucking maniac. Steve Garcia, he swings like a maniac, but he does keep himself safe, or at least he was doing that against Calvin Kattar. The only difficult thing with Steve Garcia, something that pops into your head, is that one TKO loss when he got fucking slept by Maheshate in a minute. He was like running forward. Maheshate kind of like faded back, caught him with the perfect right hand, put him out like unconscious. I don't think that he's going to make that same mistake against Onama, but he has been clipped and slept before. Onama has never been finished, but he was damn near close to getting finished by Nate Landwehr, but he toughed his way through that fight. I got to watch him against Gabriel Santos. I got to watch some tape to see who I'm going to end up picking. It's most likely going to be Garcia. I don't think that I'm going to switch to Onama, but Onama does have some impressive wins on his resume for sure. You think Waldo versus D'Elia goes distance? I don't think so, bro. I think D'Elia can get him out of there. He went distance versus Tybura in their first fight, and Waldo is a mobile heavyweight who is hard to hit clean, not a slow heavyweight like Tybura and Lewis, who stand there in the pocket to get hit cleanly. Who are we talking about? Who went to the distance with Tybura? It wasn't D'Elia. D'Elia snapped his leg against Tybura in the first fight, and then he got him out of there in the second one, in the rematch. If we're talking about Waldo Cortez Acosta, no, he never fought Tybura. So yeah, I think Ante D'Elia can get him out of there, bro. Ante D'Elia has 12 wins by KO, 7 wins by submission, 7 wins by decision. So he's a fucking finisher, man. He has 19 finishes, 7 decisions on his record. Waldo Cortez Acosta has 6 KOs, 1 submission, 7 decisions. So he's 7-7 in terms of finishes and decisions. So I would say the more potent, dangerous finisher is Ante D'Elia. I think that he can get it done for sure. Oh shit, you're right, my mistake. You're all good, brother. I only know that because I watched the fucking tape on that shit. Let's see. What do you mean? The measuring tape? I think it's right here. It's my drawer.
No, para medir comida. Stop.
Oh. I'll show you. All right, let me see. I gotta catch up. Giga's so ass for losing to Onama. Yeah, Giga, I don't even remember that fight too well. I'm just assuming that Oh, now I'm gonna wrestle fucked him. Garcia by decision. Oladan sucks. Going Anuel mode. Not to go to the distance is a chalky line. I feel like to parlay this one similar to an Umar fight. For me, it's a 90% chance of happening. Definitely will take that on the tickets and Degen. Jesus. And Degen tickets, Garcia KO. Garcia didn't get as much hate when he beat Calvin Kattar the exact same way Zalal did, but Zalal got hate. That you can't say that was the exact same way, bro. He was putting the hands on Kattar. Zalal, he was landing his shots, but in that third round, he was running his ass off. He wasn't running. Garcia wasn't running like that in round 3. You can use the avocado oil for brownies. Yeah.
She said it's a lot.
Use less. What do you mean it's a lot?
What you use?
Why?
Is you
God damn it. Hang on. I got to help these fucking drunk girls make brownies. Give me 2 minutes or less than 2 minutes. I'll be right the fuck back. There are 16 tablespoons that have and 16 of these. 4 cup of water, so that's 4 tablespoons. 4 of these of water, and then it would be like 5 or 6 of these of oil. 4 water, 4 oil. This is first. 4 of these. Fill up 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4. Same thing. Yes. We got fraction one.
Okay, 3 partes de 1. Esta es parte de 1.
So one is 25%, the other one is 33%. One is because 1 cup is 6 of these. And then 1 cup is 6 of these. Third cup. Yes. All right. Jesus. Go back to Waldo topology. I can do that. Are you trying to look at his record? You're trying to look at his height and reach. He got a decent amount of UFC fights. Let's see. Zalal's really solid. I don't know what people hate on him. That fucking Josh Emmett armbar win was super impressive. He definitely ran like a bitch in round 3 against Calvin Kattar, though. Sorry, it was Pavlovich. Everyone thought there was going to be a KO that fight. It went distance. Yeah, that's also true. I was definitely expecting that to end by KO. Yeah, Giga has no wrestling. Yep. I know that because I made $700+ on Waldo plus Pavlovich to go the distance. That's fucking wild. Sumaderji fight, I believe, a 2-leg, bro. I bet on Kevin Borjas's bitch ass in that fucking on that card, bro. I had him parlayed with Charles Johnson. I thought that it was like a live 2-dog parlay, but nope. Garcia literally did the same lateral footwork as Zalal. He copies Zalal's game plan. I feel like he landed more strikes. He was more aggressive. El logo helped them. Yeah, I got it. Waldo versus Pav plus money was to go the distance. LMAO. Drunk Brownie sounds great. Bro said put less. You guys hear me fucking yelling at them? Me and my missus went to an adult Halloween party last night. I dressed up in a giraffe onesie. That's what's up. Adult meaning we were kid-free for the night. So Papa Bray got his drinky poo on. Fuck yeah, bro. Get my drinky poo on right now. Can't believe it's almost Halloween already. Yeah, bro. Time's been zooming by. This year went by fucking like that. That sounds funny too. What you going out to party dressed as this year, brother? Making THC brownies with this girl? No, they're just regular brownies. But we could, but they're just regular brownies for now. My son is Mario. My daughter is going as a little Stitch. That's fucking adorable. I don't really party, but I'll go trick-or-treating. I know it's childish, though. Bro, I haven't been trick-or-treating in I don't even know how long. Probably like a good 10 years. Probably longer than that shit. I was like probably like 16, 15. And we didn't even dress up. We were just going around looking for candy as teenagers. Little shits. Fuck yeah, man. I steal my son's candy. I take him trick-or-treating and make him go extra hard so there's enough for both of us. That's funny. This Jeremiah Wells versus Themba fight has me fucked up. Yeah, bro. That one's hard to call. Very hard to call. Ah, fuck. Yeah, because Jeremiah Wells is 40 somehow, which is wild because I thought this dude was way younger. He doesn't look like he's 40. He looks fucking 30. But I guess black don't crack. You know what I'm saying? Looked terrible against Max Griffin. He was destroying Carlston Harris until he got choked unconscious. That was insane. I remember that. I don't know, man. Shit. It's not a great loss to have. Themba Gorimbo coming off of a loss against Vicente Luque. I'm probably leaning Gorimbo, I would say, maybe, but this is a fucking hard fight to call. Neither guy is like insane, like in terms of skill. Jeremiah Wells is a really good wrestler, but that's about it. Crunch is one of the best chocolates I like. Swedish Fish, Twizzlers, all that. Yeah, bro, I'm a fucking sucker for candy. Snickers are my shit. Guys, keep in mind on these cards, local fighters do well on local cards. That makes sense. You got to the parent tax, 100%. Reese's Cups are the shit too, yeah. Reese's, I forgot about that one. That's a good candy. I like Butterfingers. Taking all 3 women's fights and prelims to go over 1.5. Toledo's the only one I'll take money line on another slip. That sounds good. Fruit by the foot too, fucking gas 100%. Cyril's a dirty ass fighter. The rewatch is insane. Stopping the takedown with an eye poke attempt. Man, I hope he gets flatlined. Bro, he was fucking sticking his fingers directly in Tom Aspinall's fucking eyeballs. That shit was pissing me off. When's the last time he fought? Who are we talking about? 20 months ago, he lost to Max Griffin. 26 months ago, he lost to a fighter I've never heard of before. He's losing. We're talking about Jeremiah Wells or Themba Gorimbo? Jeremiah Wells. Okay, yeah. He lost to Max Griffin, and then he lost to Carlston Harris. Yeah. Themba Gorimbo beat Ramiz Brahimaj. That's a good win in hindsight. Beat Pete Rodriguez. I remember AJ. I don't know if he picked Pete Rodriguez or if he locked Pete Rodriguez, but Pete Rodriguez just got fucking destroyed. And I remember we were clowning AJ in chat. We were like, bro, why would you pick like this short fucking Puerto Rican dude to beat the gigantic black guy? And we were we were just fucking roasting AJ. I appreciate the Sunday lives. Shout out Casual Degenerate. Yeah, bro. I'm having a good night here. It's a good way to decompress after the fights. Appreciate you, bro. 100%, my guy. Shit, I don't even see Hiraro's comments. Really? He's right here. You got to switch to a live chat or all messages instead of top messages. There you go. Comments with glitch for a second for sure. Look how every fighter coming off of an extended layoff has done recently. Barnett. I mean, Barnett's morbidly obese, but I hear you. Gunnar Nelson when Holland slept him. Krylov when Reyes slept him. But fucking look at Mizuki Inoue, bro. She fucking came back after 2 years and beat Jacqueline Amarim at like a plus 300 underdog. You know, I hear you. Like, generally, the rule is that, you know, fighters coming off of a long layoff tend to lose. But then you got your rare cases where they fucking win. Ariane Carnello. Yo, my bad. I accidentally clicked back on my StreamYard instead of Tapology. See, I was saying Ariane Carnelosi is coming off of a long layoff. She's fighting Talita Alencar. Yeah, the last time she fought was May 2024, but she won by DQ. Before that, it was 2022 that she lost a decision to Lupita Godinez. So fuck, bro. Carnelosi, I feel like she's a live dog, but she might just end up getting fucked up by Talita Alencar. What? Making brownies. Let me see. Yeah, I like it for over. My boy Gunny didn't get slept. Almost did. Yeah. Blue screen of death. Yeah. I don't know. I'm weird with my conspiracy shit. Whoa, whoa, whoa. My bad, y'all. See, yeah, I like it for over 1.5. I like Toledo a lot in this one. I don't know, bro. Fucking Amarim has me like gun shy. Amarim has me gun shy on these, you know, jiu-jitsu girls with a little experience. Lots of grappling, but in terms of MMA, she started in 2021. Carnelosi has been fighting since 2014. Almost double the amount of fight experience, like just time-wise. Fuck, bro. Carnelosi might pull off the upset just like Mizuki did. I'm not telling you guys to fucking bet a certain way. If you're going to bet on Toledo, do it. Don't let my opinion sway you, but fuck, bro. Looking at Mizuki get that win makes me second guess betting on the jiu-jitsu girls with limited MMA experience. Megan Anderson was a crazy athlete but retired. Yeah, she was she fought Amanda Nunes and she was like, yo, fuck, I'm not fucking doing this anymore. She looked scared as fuck in that fight. I remember seeing that live. If she were to lose, it would be over 2 rounds by sub. For example, they uploaded Mirzakhanov this week saying he's the division boogeyman, but he was at minus 105 odds. Yeah, they let you know little shit. Did you know Megan Anderson KO'd Norma Dumont? I think when I was looking through Norma Dumont's record for tape, like I saw that, but I haven't seen that fight. I haven't seen that live, or not live, but I haven't seen like the replay on that. Norma Dumont's got a fucking fat ass, bro. All right, let's see. Unrelated, but I just wanted to let you guys know that. But UFC themselves posted highlights to their page calling him the boogeyman of the division before the fight this weekend. Yeah. No, I saw that as well. I mean, Mirzakhanov, he's undefeated, bro. I feel like it's just more of like they were promoting an undefeated fighter. Because it's not that they know, but it's like, all right, this guy's a fucking KO machine. He's fighting Alexander Rakic, who's 0-3. You know, Rakic still could have got the win there. It's not like it's just, I don't think the fights are rigged, bro, but it's like, you know, Mirzakhanov was definitely a fucking killer. He looked really, really good in that fight. I'll say this, my main bet was the only one. Wait, hello? Let me fucking try this again. I'll say this, my main bet, if it was only one and my biggest unit 5 is an over 1.5. All right, I reread that and I still did not grasp what it is you're saying, my guy. Mirzakhanov next fight. Someone said Khalil. I think we let Khalil chill for a bit. Yeah, for sure. We don't need to see Khalil get flatlined again. Do me a favor. I'm not crazy. Everyone watch this video I'm going to send when they have a bit of time. I got you. Let me see. I got to attend to brownie business. I'll be right back in 30 seconds. You guys do it?
No.
All right, brownies are in the oven. We're chilling. Brandon, are you sending on Discord? Oh, okay, yeah. I go for favorites a lot. If I'm gonna be honest, bro, I picked Umar Sy over Alonzo Menafield because he was a big favorite. Like I was like, oh, Alonzo's a good fighter, but you know, Umar Sy is a -500. He should win because of that. Like fuck that, bro. If you think an underdog is gonna win based on tape or just based on your intuition, you got to pick the underdog. Look at Nathaniel Wood. He got the win there. Fucking Mizuki, Raposo. Sometimes you just got to pick the underdog, bro, if you feel good about it. Look at Ramiz Brahimaj over Austin Vanderford. You know, sometimes these lines are not good. Look at fucking Volkov versus Jailton Almeida. Granted, yes, Jailton Almeida did have a lot of success with the takedowns, but that motherfucker didn't do shit in the fight. Volkov was landing the more damaging strikes. So, I don't know, man. You just can't listen to the odds every time. A lot of the time, you know, it's accurate, but a lot of the time it's not. Jesus, I'm sorry, I'm burping all over the place. Keep in mind this guy had not one but 2 pick sixes in a Super Bowl game and won the Super Bowl. Meaning he's credible, he knows what he's talking about. Not just some bench player with nothing to lose and no notoriety saying this. All right, I'm going to see this. Yeah, bro, team sports are much easier to see corrupt shit. It's sickening to me, bro. We just had this whole NFL or NBA scandal with what's his name, Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier. That shit was fucking wild. I purely go for star players now having minimal stats because at the very least the league needs its stars to put up numbers to keep people watching, if that makes sense. Yeah, they want the high performers to continue performing high, to like, you know, have people like, oh yeah, Steph Curry's the shit, LeBron's the shit, whoever else is the shit. I don't watch basketball, as you can tell, but you know, baseball tomorrow, Blue Jays versus Dodgers again. They fought like 4 times already. Yeah, that baseball fight. But yeah, bro, I'm not into football. I'm not into baseball. I'm not into basketball. I don't really watch them much whatsoever. I play some 2K. That's about it. I'm an MMA guy for sure. Look at Mergliana's stunt he pulled with Nelson. The fight goes the distance, bro. Look what happened with fucking Joel Alvarez and with Vicente Luque. Joel Alvarez was supposed to get him out of there, and fucking that shit goes the distance. That was a rigged ass fucking shit too. Rigged ass outcome as well, you know? That was a rigged fucking outcome. Alvarez was supposed to get that finish, but Vegas was like, oh, everybody's betting on Alvarez inside the distance. It's a main parlay piece of everybody's shit. Make sure that fight goes to a decision. And then it ends up going to a decision. Osiris Maya, I fucking hate you. No one wants to say this, but Almeida is the better fighter than Volkov. No, he's better at grappling. He's better at takedowns. He's better at establishing a control position on the ground and nullifying his opponent. That's not fighting. He's a better grappler, and he's better at holding and stalling in control positions. Volkov is the better fighter. Volkov, everyone says damage, because that's the main criteria to judge an MMA fight is based on the damage that you're able to cause and inflict on your opponent. But only because they hate the wrestling? Yes, because that shit's gay. Volkov would have lost if it wasn't in Abu Dhabi, and it would have been a terrible decision. And everybody would have booed Almeida. Volkov is trash. Volkov's not trash. He just couldn't stop the takedown from the fucking roided up piece of shit Jailton Almeida. I'm glad Otani finally got a World Series homer on his confidence is going to go crazy next game. Hopefully we see him pitch once in the series. Jays are winning the World Series this year. It's already written. I'll shave my fucking head bald if I'm wrong. Fuck a buzz. You have to bet this way. What makes the book pay out less? LMAO, that makes sense. Meaning if 90% of us bet on DeRitter for the main event, they know if he loses, then the payout fuck all compared to if he wins. Yeah, bro, Volkov is so trash. I don't know how the fuck everyone gets so lucky every time. That Volkov pick was pure luck, we have to admit. No, bro, Jailton Almeida did not go out there with the intention to fight Alexander Volkov. He went out there with the intention to hang on to Volkov for fucking dear life like a scared-ass bitch. Motherfucker takes gallons of steroids just to go out there and hug his way to a win like a fucking coward. Hugging people is not fighting. Holding onto a control position like you're making a fucking citizen's arrest, like someone's shoplifting in the mall, and you're like, oh man, I can't fucking let him go. Oh, you can't escape me, bro. This is not fighting someone, useless. This is not fighting. Fucking hanging on to someone so they don't beat the shit out of you is not fighting. I fucking hate Jailton Almeida. I hate his bullshit ass coward fighting style. Fucking same with Kron Gracie, same with Rafael Estevam. Fucking all that bullshit. That's not fighting. That's just cowardice. Look, I'm gonna show you guys what Jailton Almeida did to fucking. Look, I'm gonna show you right now. This was Almeida.
Seen this technique before.
Let go of my leg!
That was Almeida's corner.
Mark's trying to shake Shay off her leg, but Shay is hanging on for dear life.
That was Almeida hanging on for dear life like a fucking scared ass pussy, bro. Fuck Jailton Almeida. Bullshit ass fighting style. It's not even fucking fighting. Hugging on, hanging on for dear life like a fucking scared ass bitch. That's not fighting. Volkov was a lock. Facts. Volkov was Montenegro 2.0. Like, I'm pretty sure Useless was coping over the Contender Series pick. In reality, it was a robbery, but I cashed on Volkov. It wasn't a robbery, bro. Volkov did more damage. Jailton Almeida took him down and hugged him. He had a bunch of control time and 0 damage landed. Love smelling nuts, exactly. He fucking didn't go for any submissions. He didn't go for any ground and pound. He just hugged on top of him. Dana White said it himself. You can't win a fight laying on top of somebody and doing nothing. Yeah, Almeida did shit, but Volkov didn't stuff one takedown. I mean, it's fucking hard, bro. The guy's on steroids. He's super explosive. He's strong as fuck. He has good takedowns, for sure. Jailton Almeida is a great wrestler. He's good at taking people down. Everyone who picked Volkov said he was going to do damage, defend the takedowns. How many fucking times he got her, stand them up, and Volkov still got taken down? For sure. He couldn't stop the takedown, yes. And Jailton Almeida simultaneously couldn't do shit for damage. So he lost because he wanted to fight like a fucking coward pussy bitch. Didn't even see them coming at all. He didn't see the takedowns coming at all. If I say what I want about Volkov, I'm going to get so much hate. Say what you want to say. I don't know. I love striking and I hate stall grappling. Me too. But in a fight, if you can't get up, that's your fault. It's like being an NBA player who can't make free throws. That's fair, but it's like stalling in control positions is not fighting in MMA. It's an MMA fight. It's not a hugging competition. Volkov couldn't get up if his life depended on it. Yeah, he had a hard time. He was just being held down, bro. Jailton Almeida was doing a great job arresting him and waiting for the police to arrive. What does Hernanov say? If one man can hold you down, two can. Yeah, that's what Justin Gaethje says. If one guy can hold you down, 2 men can rape you. All right, Gaethje, that's a little dark. Then there's guys like James Harden. Yep. One from peppering shots from bottom. Crazy. I mean, shit, bro. He's landing elbows. He's landing hammer fists from the bottom. Mackenzie Dern won the fight from the bottom. All these guys just hate Almeida because he fights like a bitch. But Almeida was the better fighter athlete that night. He still is. Volkov journeyman. No, he was the better grappler. He was better at stalling on the ground and hugging. That's what he was better at. Everyone who picked Volkov knew they lost, and they still fucking act like they won. I mean, Jalton did not fight, bro. He didn't fight. He didn't go out there to fight. He went out there to hug him like a bitch. Haha, KZ's hilarious. Nah, bro. Yes. I see both sides of this, but if we're scoring on damage, Volkov had that easy, 100%. He did win, bro. All Almeida did was hold him down. He got a favor and he knows it. I mean, possibly. I mean, in other circumstances, that would have been judged towards Jalton. I do agree with you there, but that would have been a shitty, like, it would have been an incorrect scorecard. Volkov should have won that fight because he did more damage during the fight. Jalton just went out there to hold. Fights are controlled based, you're scored on damage, yes. Octagon control time and overall how the fight looks visually. Yep, how many times did Goddard save his ass? Then he just got taken down again, and fucking Jalton did nothing with the position. Useless. Almeida needs to learn how to ground and pound badly. He does. Mark Goddard is so annoying. Mark Goddard is annoying. Volkov is even more annoying for acting like he won. He did win, bro. He did more damage to Jalton Almeida. Visually, Volkov was on his back, only landed on his back, didn't land shit significant on the feet, even though he's 6'8", couldn't stop or stuff a takedown. Yeah, I mean, Jalton had success with the takedowns, and that was about it. Who's more the coward, the guy who acts like he won a robbery or the guy who just keeps shooting a takedown? The guy who just keeps shooting a takedown, trying to actively avoid the fight and just hug onto somebody's legs and not try to fucking throw any kind of strikes or finish the fight whatsoever and just sniff a fucking dick the whole entire time. That's who's more of a coward. And literally had one get up himself. Every other time he got up was from Goddard separating them and standing them up. I mean, he did reverse the position at one point. Goddard saved Volkov's ass, and so did the judges. I mean, Jalton should learn how to fight then, bro. Holding someone is not fighting. That's not a defensive move and does not get you points. Exactly. Holding on to somebody, fucking hugging them for dear life, so that they're unable to fight you. This is not fighting. This is preventing a fight from happening. It's like, oh man, I don't want to get punched in the face, so I'm just going to hold on to you. I'm just going to control you so you don't hurt me. That's a victim mentality. That's not, I'm going to get on top of you and fucking smash you with elbows. I'm going to fucking get you out of here via ground and pound. I'm going to hold you so you don't hit me. That's like when your fucking girl is pissed off at you and she's swinging on you and you fucking grab your bitch so that she's not fucking hitting you. Oh, relax. That's what fucking Jalton Almeida was doing to Volkov. He was just holding him so he didn't get his ass whooped. That's not fighting. If you're 6'8" and a way better striker fighter, but he couldn't land shit on the feet and literally needed the ref to help you get up, how did you win? Because Jalton Almeida didn't land any damage. That's how. Bro, you should have seen the whole chat. Everyone was like, fuck Volkov. Then he goes to split. And I'm like, fucking hell. Yeah, bro, everybody was pissed. I mean, everybody thought that Volkov lost because Jalton hugged his way to a win like a bitch, but he ended up getting Volkov got the deserved decision. Everybody's like, hell yeah, hugging isn't fighting. You should have slept Almeida if he can't do shit on the feet, keep the fight at the distance. He just couldn't stuff the takedown for sure. If Almeida was whooping his ass on the ground, then yes, Almeida would have gotten the win. But Almeida was literally doing absolutely nothing with the control positions aside from stalling and holding. Stalling in control positions is not winning a fight. That's pinning somebody down like it's a wrestling match, or like you're fucking making a citizen's arrest waiting for the police to arrive to fucking apprehend the suspect. That's not fighting. This is why 10-minute rounds or 15-minute fights, one round would be closer to real fighting. Yeah, we would see who was the truer, better athlete, no rest in between rounds. That is true. Let's say it was 15 minutes, one round, Volk kills Almeida. I would say so. I mean, eventually he would end up reversing the position and landing significant ground and pound. Not going to lie, Volkov's a good journeyman. I'm glad Derek Lewis KO'd him. I mean, you just enjoy motherfuckers sniffing dicks to try to get wins. Like, that's not fighting. More damage, baby knees in the clinch. Man got controlled for 4 minutes and 30 seconds round 3. Yeah, but what did Jalton do with the control? Nothing. Volkov is a bitch for saying, oh, that style of fighting is annoying. No, bro, you don't know how to wrestle. That style of fighting is annoying, bro. What Torres Finney did to Robert Valentin was very fucking annoying to watch. Volkov sucks when it comes to the top fighters, but he kills most of the fighters on that roster. Yeah, Volkov is definitely like a top 5 guy, 100%. I bet you won't pick Volkov in his next fight. Depends on who he's fighting. 1 takedown equals 1 point, always has been. In wrestling, yeah, not in MMA. Because, Volkov loses to anyone he fights unless it's a favorable matchup. Yeah, if he fights somebody that's that has heavy wrestling and good takedowns, yeah, he's most likely going to lose. If you want to hold a man like that, go to a gay bar. Damn right, Terry NS. If I'm on UFC 5, I control someone for 430 minutes. It means I should win, even if I landed peppering shots. LMAO, he was restraining him. Exactly, bro. He was just holding on to him. Fucking hanging on for dear life. praying to God that Volkov didn't get away so that he could whip his fucking ass. That's holding on to someone, praying to God they can't get away so they don't beat the fucking shit out of you is not winning a fight. That's just holding on and stalling and lay and pray. That's why they call it lay and pray. I'm going to fucking hold this guy down so he doesn't beat the fuck out of me. That's not winning a fight. I don't care. Look at Khabib versus Abel Trujillo. He took him down like 28 times. Yeah, and he was also landing significant ground and pound. All these guys that can't wrestle hate it because it will take over. Because he did lose. He didn't lose. Jailton Almeida did nothing with the position. He landed no damage. I think betting on Volkov against specifically Almeida was a smart move because of how Almeida goes about the fight. But yeah, anyone else who's striking definitely won't take him. Yeah, if somebody's landing ground and pound, then they're going to beat Volkov for sure. Didn't land shit versus Abel, and that's one of the best performances or what most memorable in people's eyes. Also, it's fucking embarrassing that this fight was considered a title contender by the fans. Not gonna lie, I don't know about this one. UFC 5, Almeida would have won that fight. Almeida is the EA Sports, get your head in the game champ. Exactly. EA Sports. It's in the game. Almeida's next opponent should be the PFL, like Guru said. Exactly, bro. Get Almeida the fuck out of here, bro. Bro's a sport killer. Nobody wants to watch that shit. Doesn't matter. Oh, it's effective, bro. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody's going to buy a ticket. Nobody's going to buy a pay-per-view. Nobody's going to buy anything that has to do with Jailton Almeida's fucking boring ass, bro. Bro's on steroids just to hug his way to a win. I'm going to stall via control positions and get the win this way. Fucking kill yourself, okay? Real life, though, no rules. Volk kills Almeida 100%. More outcomes than not. Almeida needs to learn how to do some damaging shots when he holds someone. He does. Almeida versus Blades again to see him get knocked the fuck out again and teach him that he needs to use his fists in the fight. Exactly, bro. That Blades fucking turned this dude's brain into fucking applesauce again. Holding on to someone is control. It's control, yes, and it's not damage, and damage is the main criteria in scoring an MMA fight. And Volkov was landing more damaging shots from his back by throwing fucking elbows and hammer fists from bottom, and Almeida was just hanging on for dear life, praying to God that Volkov didn't get away so he didn't get his ass whooped. If I control you for 4 minutes and 59 seconds when you land 10 strikes, I land 6, I win the round. Yeah, but Jailton Almeida landed 6 strikes in the entire 15 minutes of the fight. So, you know, he didn't land 6 strikes around. He landed 6 strikes the entire time. So it was only 2 strikes around, so he lost. Teach him he needs to use his fists in the fight. Exactly. Unless you bet the other guy or pick the other guy, then everyone acts like that guy won. I never seen a guy get dominated for 2 rounds and so many casuals fine with the robbery. It's because nobody wants to watch Jailton fight like a fucking pussy-ass coward bitch and hug his way to a win. Nobody wants to see that. So if the fucking coward loses, if someone that hugs their way to a win loses, everybody's like, yeah, great. You shouldn't be hugging in a fucking MMA fight and stalling control positions and doing 0 damage. Go fuck yourself, Jailton Almeida. Go fuck yourself, Rafael Estevam. Go fuck yourself, Torres Finney. Go fuck yourself, Bilal Muhammad on his way to the title. Everybody fucking hated Bilal because he was just holding motherfuckers down. At least Bilal landed more ground and pound than that. But still, bro, nobody wants to see that shit. That's not fighting. That's stalling. I say you forget about how many shots were landed and see the actual damage they did. Volkov did more damage to Almeida's brain that night. Yep. True, imagine Gon and Almeida won. That shit can't headline a pay-per-view. Fuck no, bro. It would just be Almeida holding him down on the ground and Gon just trying to get up. Khabib took down Abel Trujillo 28 times and sniffed his jock for 15 minutes. Didn't land shit, and it's one of his best, most historic performances because of the amount of takedowns landed. He was like ragdolling him, but it's like, we're not talking about Khabib. We're talking about Jailton Almeida's boring ass. Real life, though, Khabib can kill Abel Trujillo 100%. KZ on fire. I'm fucking passionate about this shit, bro. I hate that fucking fighting style. It's a load of shit. Volkov beat Gon. Y'all must have forgot. He did. That was a robbery. The better fighter is Almeida. No, the better grappler is Almeida. The better wrestler is Almeida. The better fighter is Volkov. If that was a kickboxing match, which is the epitome of fighting, Volkov would have fucking raped Almeida on the feet. He would have beat the shit out of him. The only way that Almeida was able to even hang with Alexander Volkov in a combat sports scenario is if he could fucking hold on to him and prevent him from actually putting off meaningful attacks, preventing him from actually striking, preventing him from actually inflicting damage. Preventing someone from inflicting damage and not inflicting any damage yourself is not fighting. That's stalling and that's hugging. Hugging is not fighting. UFC is the best versus the best. I agree. And the best is not Jailton Almeida. He's just on steroids to hold his way to a win. Not some Russian winning a robbery in Abu Dhabi. Volkov did not. It was not a robbery. Let me go ahead and look at the striking stats for you here, useless. Let's see. What does this say, useless? Tell me what this says. What does this say? Does this say 123 strikes to 27 strikes? 24 strikes to 9 strikes. You got 7 takedowns. What did Jailton Almeida do? What did Jailton Almeida do besides hug and hold like a fucking scared pussy bitch? Nothing. He fucking held on to Volkov. Volkov landed 127 strikes. Volkov won the fight. Volkov did more damage. If I would rather fucking be on my back, landing fucking elbows to somebody's head, landing fucking punches to their face, than just being here, just fucking getting punched in the fucking head, holding on to somebody. I would much rather be the guy on bottom landing the strikes than be the guy on top getting his ass whooped. No, Jailton Almeida is not a fighter, bro. He's a grappler, and he's on steroids, and he hugs his way to wins. The better fighter overall is Almeida? No. Volkov looked like garbage out there? No. Volkov looked like he couldn't stop a takedown, and Almeida looked like he couldn't fucking fight to save his life. Real life fight is not a sport. That's what I meant. Yeah. Almeida barely has any violence in his body. I wouldn't say he's the best. Not even fucking close. OB fighters have lost one fight in the last 3 of the Dubai cards, or 4 cards. Regardless, one is lost. Over 30 have won. Yeah, a lot of robberies and a lot of favorable matchups. Ferraro's laughing. You know what I noticed? If you don't have any power or finish ability, everyone is fine with you losing a robbery. Volkov lost that fight. He did not lose that fight. The ability to take one's butt is the best, is the bar set. If it wasn't a robbery, read that stat and read his last name out loud, then tell me that they didn't give him the fight. Volkov is not a Muslim. Volkov is just Russian. They were in Abu Dhabi. I thought he only landed 6. He landed 9, bro. He landed 9 significant strikes. He did not land 120 strikes. He did. What fight did you watch? I watched the one where fucking Jailton Almeida was hanging on for dear life and Volkov was elbowing the shit out of him from the ground. Can Almeida take Volkov's butt if there was no rules? Probably, which is unfortunate. Or that actually gives more of an argument for Almeida. Almeida won round 2 on judges' scorecards, then he should have won round 3. He shouldn't because he didn't do fucking any damage. This fight is judged round by round, not as a whole. Genuinely, who the fuck lands 120 strikes from the bottom? Ask yourself that. Volkov, because he couldn't get up, because Almeida wouldn't fucking move or do anything to advance his position, because he was just trying to hold on to Volkov for dear life and stall and land pray his way to a win like a fucking pussy-ass bitch. Hugging is not fighting. Fucking stalling in control positions has nothing to do with the warrior spirit, has nothing to do with MMA. It's an MMA fight. Fighting is inflicting damage. Fighting is not hanging on to somebody and praying to God that they don't fucking hit you. That's not fighting. Dern versus Viren is a better argument of landing damage from bottom. Yeah, and Mackenzie Dern won the same way Volkov did. We've seen him on his back for 12 minutes. How did he land 127 strikes? Because Almeida was just sitting there holding on to him and fucking just praying to God that he didn't get up to his feet. Volkov didn't land shit, but baby knees the first 20 seconds. The stats were BS for that fight, in my opinion. Volkov relied on Goddard standing them up to win the fight, and even with Goddard's help, Almeida kept taking him down. Volkov got his justice for the Gone robbery. If it was a robbery, Almeida deserved to lose. Bro, Abu Dhabi will be biased towards the Russian. Why didn't Volkov do what Holland did to Jacare Souza, to Almeida if he was beating his ass? Because Almeida was doing better positionally. He was in a better control position than Jacare Souza was. The only devastating damage we've seen from either fighter was Volkov piecing Almeida up. Other than that, the fight was trash, to be honest. Both guys suck and don't deserve a title shot. I agree. Anyone who picked Volkov got lucky and is coping so hard. Almeida's not a fighter, bro. Maybe Almeida didn't try to hug his way to a win like a fucking pussy. Then he would actually get the decision, you know? Land some damage. Throw some fucking strikes. Try to advance position and attack submissions. It's Almeida's fault for fighting like a fucking bitch that he didn't get the decision. Hugging is not fighting, bro, and it never will be. Hopefully, we keep seeing more of these fucking pussy coward grapplers losing these decisions to people, because I would say if you land 5 solid punches on somebody's face and then they take you down and hold you down for fucking 4.5 minutes, the 5 solid punches on somebody's face should be scoring in terms of winning the round. Because if the other person that fucking is holding the other guy down doesn't do any damage, those 5 punches are more damaging than just hanging on to somebody like you're a fucking monkey on their back. And no, that's not fighting, bro. Hugging is not fighting. Stalling in control positions is not fighting. What Hamzat did against DDP was bullshit. what Jalton Almeida did against Volkov was bullshit. You're under arrest, Volkov. Exactly. Second, the relevance of the best fighters. Of course, they can't kill any civilian. Well, yeah, for sure. Not significant strikes as a whole. 3 minutes of control time should definitely be prioritized over 10 seconds of knees in the clinch from Volkov in round 3. Well, I mean, I guess Dana White just wanted to punish Almeida for fighting like a fucking coward, bro. I mean, that it is what it is. Almeida should try to actually go out and fight people and not just stall his way to a decision and do 0 damage. Almeida landed good shots round 2 and 3. He didn't. He should have won round 3 if he won round 2 on judges' scorecards. Almeida has the shittiest fight style. I agree. It's trash. I'm going to crash out. I'm pissed Almeida lost. To be honest, more money if he did. I hear you. Thank you, Larry. Wrestling is the best base for MMA. Yeah, wrestling plus ground and pound. Wrestling plus attacking submissions. For sure. No, wrestling is a great base for MMA when you're actually trying to throw damaging strikes. But when you're Jalton Almeida and you're just trying to stall the position and do absolutely nothing and just hold on for dear life, it's not. Yes. The best fighters have a wrestling and grappling base, and they also attack and try to finish fights. KZ, was Volkov versus Almeida a robbery, yes or no? If yes, then Almeida did deserve to be robbed, but I don't think that it was because Volkov did more damage and Almeida did no damage at all. Goddard was all over the place yesterday. It was so fucking inconsistent. UFC was built off of wrestlers. Look at Fry, Coleman, Couture, Randleman, Hughes, GSP, Sarah. And you know what is a fucking gigantic part of all of their game? Ground and pound. Ground and pound is a gigantic fucking portion of their game. Tell me any of these fighters, maybe apart from GSP, that went out there to fucking hold on the entire time and land absolutely nothing damaging. Not a single one. Not a single one of those fighters that you named goes out there to fucking hold on for dear life and do absolutely 0 damage. They go out there to land fucking devastating elbows, insane ground and pound, and fucking knock people out on the ground. Jalton Almeida did not go out there and do that. He went out there to fucking hang on for dear life. Jalton Almeida is not a fighter. Jalton Almeida is a coward on steroids, and that's it. I guess, to be honest, without a ref outside of a spot, just 2 men going at it, Almeida can kill Volkov. But in the sport, Volkov won that sporting fight. I would say fucking Volkov would gouge his fingers into Almeida's eyes from bottom and fucking reverse the position and kill him. If anyone's scared for the entire fight for Volkov, you don't know scoring. If anyone scored that entire fight for Volkov, you don't know scoring. I mean, hugging isn't fighting, bro. Almeida's a shit fighter. That's it. So fucking true. But Goddard having to stand the fight up every time Almeida gets a takedown is like a ref telling MVP to go down or to the ground if there's no strikes. Izzy, if you think Volkov genuinely won round 3, then you're biased towards a striker. I am, bro, because striking is fighting. Hugging is not. The act of fucking punching and kicking someone, hitting someone with elbows and knees is more of the act of fighting than hanging on to somebody and controlling them. That's just the truth. Striking is fighting. Hugging is not. Yes. Wrestling is goated, but you have to be able to use it to kill. Exactly. Almeida needs to learn that immediately, and he will shoot to a title shot. If Almeida was actually landing like devastating elbows, he probably would have gotten Volkov out of there with the amount of control that he was having, but he did not want to risk his position to let let Volkov get up to his feet. Hamza's record-breaking ground and pound numbers are more commendable than what Almeida did. Volkov would have sat him with a jab. Yep. Almeida was scared to actually fight Volkov. That's why he was hanging on to him. Let me ask you something, KZ. Put Almeida and Volkov in the street after a night out. They fight, and Volkov ends up on his back because he would. He showed us he can't stop a takedown. He definitely would end up on his back, yes. He would be stuck on the ground. But then what would Almeida do from top position? What would Almeida do from the top position? Fucking nothing. He would hang on to him, and Volkov would be elbowing him in the top of his head, fucking putting cuts into the top of his brain. Almeida's potential is higher than Volkov's for sure. Yes, that's true. Exactly. I think a different ref would give us a different result for Volkov versus Almeida, potentially. That's fair to say, Larry. I think so as well. How does he get up and what does he do to win the fight? Goddard isn't there with Volkov to help Almeida get off of him on the street. What does he do? Throw strikes from the bottom outside the club? Yes. And he also did reverse the position in round 1. KZ, imagine next time in UFC 5, someone will control you for 2 to 3 rounds and you land 123 seconds to still fight. You still lose on UFC 5, so how the fuck did Volkov win? Because that's a robbery on UFC 5. That's how. Or does he twist his dick and bite him and hope Almeida gets off of him? He bites Almeida's face from bottom, though? Exactly. Almeida needs to learn how to bite somebody's nose. Yeah, so we had this fight, then a toilet break, co-main, then the eye poke. Am I missing something that the card was good? The head kick was crazy. But yeah, no, the last 3 fights are pretty ass. Fair on the ground and pound point. Yes, bro. Like Almeida, I'm pissed off that this guy fucking does not do any damage from the top position. Because Almeida would be a killer if he was on top of Volkov in full mount and he just elbows this dude's face into fucking ground beef. You know what I mean? If Almeida was landing elbows, if he got out Volkov in the crucifix and he was fucking busting him up, making him bleed, then Almeida would have won for sure, 100%. But Almeida was not landing any fucking damaging strikes from the top. You cannot win a fight if you're not landing damaging strikes or if you don't have somebody locked into a fucking choke consistently throughout the round. Dick twist TKO. Yeah, that's what fucking Volkov should have done to Almeida. KZ, if that exact fight were to happen on UFC 5 and you were Volkov and the other guy was Almeida, you would have lost that fight. And I would have been fucking pissed. Judges on UFC 5 are better than the ones from yesterday who gave Volkov that fight. Yeah, well, I mean, the judges take into account that Dana says, yo, this is fucking bullshit. Don't give Almeida this win. He doesn't deserve it. He just hugged like a bitch the entire time. That's what Dana White said to the judges, and it's fucking blame Almeida, bro. Blame Almeida for not actually fighting. If it's a ref that likes control time, Almeida wins that fight. Goddard, of course, stood them up, but in the Dern fight, he didn't do that at all. Yeah, maybe, but Almeida can do the same as well in UFC. Almeida knows the rules as well. Almeida has to incorporate some damage in his style, 100%. Relying on pure control time to win fights is so dumb. Yes, it is, and it's fucking cowardly, especially knowing some judges prioritize 10 seconds of strikers over 2 minutes of control time. If Almeida wants to take Volk down on the street and run his fingers into Volk's eye off rip or bite him, then he has it, but in the UFC fight, and Volk won that. The criteria is kind of fucked, and so is the reffing in these Almeida versus Volkov scenarios. Yeah, last night, Almeida left with more brain damage. That's true. DDP should have peppered Hamzat's leg, could have got the split. Exactly, bro. If DDP was more active off of his back, he could have got it done. They'd be cuddling out front of the club on the concrete. Fair point. It doesn't matter if Almeida just holds him. Volkov got lucky. No, bro, it does matter if Almeida just holds him because hugging is not fighting. The thing that Goddard helped Volkov win the fight and Goddard cost Almeida the fight. But the thing is, like, Goddard would stand them up and Almeida would just get the takedown immediately again. Real life fight, no sport. Almeida can do more damage to Volkov's health, but in a sport, Volkov is the better fighter currently. Almeida needs to learn how to do damage within the UFC. He does. Remember what Juice Man said every time in school, the guy who ends up on top wins? Yeah, but usually the guy on top is throwing punches, not just fucking hugging the fucking guy on bottom, you know? Usually the guy on top is fucking on top, raining down punches, and that's the winner of the fight. The guy isn't fucking, I'm winning the fight, fucking hugging this dude. That's not what fucking fights are. That's not what fighting is. Almeida didn't even try to submit him. Yep. You have to try and win through ground and pound or submissions. Exactly. Lay and gay is defensive, not offensive. Exactly. Lay and pray is a defensive technique. It's a stalling technique to prevent yourself from getting damaged. If you're not inflicting damage, you're not winning the fight. That's it. If it doesn't matter if you're on top. It doesn't matter if you're laying on top of someone. If you're not inflicting damage to someone via ground and pound, you are not winning. It's a neutral position. If someone is on their back elbowing the fuck out of you, they're winning the fight. The card was good to make money on, but from an entertainment standpoint, absolutely shit for 80% of it. Yeah, a lot of it was pretty bad. That's fair. You do have to threat submissions as well, even advancing position through his guard or something. Dude, you know, judging scoring is fucked. They gave Rebecca and Klein both 10-8s. That's wild. I mean, Klein did fuck him up in round 2, and Rebecca did fuck him up in round 3. Both guys did land a lot of damage. To be fair, he didn't even get full mount once. Yeah. If Almeida won by unanimous decision, nobody today would even call it a robbery. Yeah, but everybody would fucking be pissed off that Almeida won like a fucking absolute pussy. Let's see, didn't do shit, neither did shit. The UFC is filled with people biased towards strikers because striking is more entertaining to watch than watching someone lay and pray for fucking 30 minutes. Congrats on Predictions Tracker. Appreciate you, casual degenerate. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I did pretty damn good this week, or I guess yesterday. Even DC, a wrestler, said you need to do damage to win, and he thought Volkov won. Yep. We've seen Alvarez sit on Luque's shoulders, hugging his back for 2.5 minutes in the third round when they fought, not throwing shit, not threatening shit, and the fight wasn't stood up. It's because at that point, Alvarez felt bad for Luque because he was beating the shit out of him for fucking 2 rounds, and the fight should have been stopped in round 2. But that was different because there was no point in the fight where Almeida was beating the shit out of Volkov. But, you know, Alvarez fucking had Luque like almost dead. There's too many double standards in the sport, ranging from eye pokes and points being taken from some fighters and not others. I agree with that. Useless, that's true, but I think wrestlers always loved if they can kill from the ground game. For sure, if you can land devastating ground and pound, there's nothing wrong with wrestling. What Moicano did to BSD was fucking crazy. He beat the shit out of BSD, had BSD's face looking like fucking hamburger beef. And what BSD did to Mauricio Rufy was fucking crazy too. He fucking ragdolled him and choked him out unconscious. Or not unconscious, but he made him tap. He dominated him, destroyed him, submitted him. That's impressive. Hugging someone for 4 minutes and 59 seconds is not impressive. Some fighters get cut for missing weight and chastised or battle or Boudet. Others miss weight by like 7 pounds like Hamzat and it's forgotten. Yeah, the UFC gives preferential treatment to guys that are more marketable. Pure wrestlers who can go in and do damage are loved 100%. For everyone who thinks Volkov won has questionable scoring criteria, scoring on damage and Almeida didn't do as much. Yep. So then by your eyes and scoring, Volkov should have won round 2 and makes no sense if you give Almeida round 2 but not 3. Let me see. Let me go ahead and look at the stats round by round. Do I have it here? Yes. Here we got it. Per round. All right. So Volkov won round 1 because he landed 15 strikes. Jailton Almeida landed 0 strikes in round 1. 0 strikes. Jailton Almeida threw and landed 0 strikes in round 1. He went out there to hold on for dear life. Hugging is not fighting. Alexander Volkov, round 1. All right. Alexander Volkov, 2 of 4 significant strikes. I mean, I guess you can give round 2 to Jailton Almeida. And then round 3, 7 of 8, 5 of 5. I mean, fuck it, bro. I mean, if Almeida won, then who gives a fuck? Because Hugging is not fighting and he deserved to get robbed. I mean, based on the stats, I wish that it would show me the total strikes per round as well, instead of just the significant. But fuck it, bro. I mean, this just shows that you can't win a fight like a fucking coward. That's it. If you go out there with the intention to fight like an absolute bitch, if you go out there with the intention to hold on to somebody like a fucking coward pussy, then you're going to lose. That's it. That's how it works. Hugging somebody isn't fighting useless. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. 0. Yeah, 0 strikes. How the fuck do you give Volkov that fight? Because Almeida was holding and Almeida was not fighting. Impressive Almeida, nice record. Word for word after the Kudalaba versus Bukowski's fight, I was told the stats aren't always accurate. Everyone is coping. That's what it shows. I mean, then Almeida should actually try fighting like a man and doing some damage instead of fighting like a fucking coward pussy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just how it is. All of you would have gotten your pick wrong in their apex. Most likely, you might be right. Different judges would have scored that for Almeida, and everybody would have been pissed, and everybody would have said, Almeida fucking sucks. Almeida fights like a bitch. He did the same thing against Derek Lewis. Motherfucker landed baby shots. And what did Almeida do? Almeida held him down and did nothing. Doesn't damage trump all? Yep. I think you only score control time is when it's an even round. Yep. If Volkov landed baby shots, Almeida landed fucking sperm shots. He landed fetus shots. Hugging isn't fighting useless. Holding on to someone is not fighting. Hugging someone is not how you win an MMA fight. That's it. That's how you know the average UFC fan doesn't know scoring. No, bro, that just shows that, you know, the UFC isn't going to tolerate fucking sniffing someone's dick to win. You know, hugging someone like a pussy is not winning a fight. That's it. There's nothing that you can tell me that's going to change my mind that makes me think, oh, you know what? Maybe holding on to somebody and fucking praying for dear life that they don't get up to beat the fuck out of you is winning. Yeah, bro, he was able to hug him so effectively. He was able to land 0 damage so effectively. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Cut Jailton Almeida from the sport. He's a sport killer. Doesn't matter. Come here, Volkov. Yep. That's how you know. Okay, yeah. Notice how KZ looked at the fight as a whole, gave Volkov then, when he looked at the round by round, he says, oh, okay, yeah, I mean, it's fair. It's fair, but it doesn't give you the total strikes. It gives you the, in rounds 2 and 3, Volkov didn't land much. But Jailton landed even less. I wish that it would tell me the amount of total strikes per round. Charlton landed or had 10 minutes of control time, landed 27 strikes. So he did absolutely nothing with the position. He just held on to him. You can't win a fight by holding. Holding and stalling is not winning. Stalling a control position is not winning. Control time is the least important in scoring. Damage is the most important priority, 100%. Even if they're baby shots, it's more significant in terms of scoring criteria than hanging on to somebody and doing nothing. No, bro, you're lost, useless. I'm sorry. Holding on to someone and doing nothing is not winning a fight. That's not fighting. Holding is not fighting. Damaging strikes is fighting. Attacking submissions is fighting. Holding on to someone is not winning a fight. Almeida was in a position to potentially get knocked out at one time in this fight. Volk was in 0 positions to get finished, 100%. Neither of them landed anything of any significance during the course of the fight. So the next you go to the next criteria, which would be control time. Also, a takedown is scored individually in MMA. The rules have changed recently to where damage is the main criteria judged, and 123 total strikes over the course of 3 rounds is more significant than whatever fucking Jailton Almeida did. And that's just how it's going to be. Bro, Cope, useless. Holding on to somebody is not winning a fight. Explain to me how this is winning a fight. Explain to me. I want tell me how this is winning a fight. Doing nothing and fucking hugging someone. Address this. This is what I want you to address. Explain to me how holding on to someone and doing absolutely nothing with the position is winning a fight. And explain to me how it's damage. It's not. It isn't. Each takedown is worth a point, which counts for something in itself for judging or should. Then what I heard John McCarthy say is that a takedown is just a change in position. If you're not doing damage with the takedown, then it's not scored. Then you factor in the control time for being able to get the position. Wrestling will take over and we'll have a fight just like this in the Apex and watch everyone get the rightful wrestler the dub. Almeida did what a person on the bottom does to try to get a stand-up. Yeah, exactly. You're coping, bro? No, bro. Hugging isn't fighting. If it was easy to take down someone and control them for 10 to 12 minutes in a 15-minute fight, everyone would do it, but they don't because they can't. Because, I mean, a lot of people choose to not fight like fucking pussies as well. You know, like Dustin Poirier, Yuri Prohashka, Khalil Roundtree, Alex Pereira, Max Holloway, Justin Gaethje, fucking Alexander Volkanovski, Steve Garcia. Some people actually go out there with the intention of actually fighting. You know what I mean? Not fucking going out there to hug someone like a coward. If everybody in the UFC fought like Jailton Almeida, the fucking UFC would have failed 20 years ago because nobody wants to watch that bullshit. If you're held down, you're losing. No, bro. Hugging someone is not winning. That's not how it works. If the wrestler does damage, yes. If they do no damage, then no. Exactly. Judges agree with KZ. Just saying, know what I'm saying? If you're on your back, you're losing the fight. It's not true. Doesn't matter what I do. Wrong. Laying on top of somebody is not winning the fight. Exactly what I just said. Damage is the most important criteria, and neither fighter landed a single shot of any significance. I mean, Volkov reversed him in round 1 and landed damaging ground and pound. Hugging isn't fighting as a cope. It's the fucking truth, bro. It's the truth. Hanging on to someone and doing nothing is not fighting. It's not scoring. It's not winning. It's stalling. Stalling is not winning. Burning out the clock is not winning. When did Volkov knock down or rock Almeida once during the 15 minutes out of 120 strikes? He didn't. And Almeida did not even fucking hurt Volkov at all whatsoever throughout the entirety of the fight. The game is changing, yes. And motherfuckers that hug like pussies are not going to get the wins. A lot of those guys have also been knocked out stiff as a board and will end up with CTE. Yeah, but at least the fans like him, you know, and fucking fans hate Jailton Almeida and they're going to cut his fucking pussy ass from the promotion. How the fuck are you winning on your back without blood or true damage? During you can say one on their back, but you can't say Volkov was winning on his back. He won round 1 and then rounds 2 and 3. I mean, fuck, bro. Ask Dana White what happened. Dana White said that you can't win a fight laying on top of somebody. It is what it is. Jailton Almeida got fucked, and he deserved to get fucked because that was bullshit. Volkov did have exchanges to cause damage to Almeida. Yep, he did. He was fucking landing shots. He was landing more than Almeida does, therefore he won. That's why he was spent most of the time holding him with no threat or progression in position, so he doesn't eat those shots anymore. Hugging isn't fighting his cope. It's not. It's the truth. Hugging isn't fighting is the truth. There's nothing truer than hugging isn't fighting. That's just absolute and utter complete fucking facts. Holding on to someone for dear life is not winning a fight. Stalling a control position is not winning a fight. It's not. What Mario Bautista did against Jose Aldo is not winning. He only won round 3 because of the knees, not because he was on his back. If you don't do damage on your back, you're losing on your back. He was landing elbows. He was landing little hammer fists. Hugging isn't fighting is a weird take. It's the fucking truth, bro. So you move on to the next criteria. Then if he didn't, you don't judge based off of damage. Then you look at the other aspects of the fight. Takedown landed, control time. If you see no significant damage. I mean, let me see. Let me just go ahead and see this. Hugging isn't fighting is the truth. Because it's not. Hugging is not fighting. The majority of people say this is the funniest shit ever. Jailton Almeida laid and prayed for 3 rounds, and the judges gave Volkov the win. This was unintentionally one of the most satisfying wins in history after they're one of the most boring fights ever. Send Jailton to UFC BJJ. Life when Jailton Almeida loses. A fucking sunshine and a happy beach.
Like I have a really good camp. I have all the guys who try to take me down. I have a lot of success to defend.
Yeah, I don't think the UFC want a fighter like him fighting for the belt. He should change his style. 100%. Volkov is right.
He was like,
oh, look what this person says. Fuck you, Jailton Almeida. Take that fucking L, you little bitch. Let's fucking go. My Volkov, well-groomed Russian king, yes. Oh, looks like everybody fucking hates Jailton Almeida. Dana White on Jailton Almeida's performance against Volkov. You can't win a fight by laying on top of somebody. So I was actually very happy with the way the judges scored that fight. Watching Jailton Almeida fight makes me appreciate Cain Velasquez more and more. How ass is Jailton Almeida? Chris Barnett's fat fucking cheeks. I've walked in this building and watched the heavyweight disasters from the beginning. Jailton Almeida, the piece of shit. Cyril Gane, the piece of shit. Cutting Jailton Almeida isn't enough. I want this man in prison for sticking up UFC 321 like this. I hope people okay, this guy fucking clowning on DC for saying that he's a piece of shit when he says Jailton can't fight, and then he's being cool with Jailton. I mean, still though. Society, if Jailton Almeida went for ground and pound, Ben Askren, a wrestler himself. No way in hell Jailton Almeida won that fight. I don't care how long he was on top for. Oh, a wrestler. A wrestler saying this about Jailton Almeida. You guys need to ban anyone who scored the fight for Almeida. Coming from Ben Askren, a wrestler. Why won't Almeida throw punches? Is he a pacifist? This is weird. Coming from Ben Askren, a wrestler. No, bro. I don't care what you guys say. Nothing is going to convince me that what Jailton Almeida did was enough to win a fight. I don't give a fuck. He didn't do any damage. You need to do damage to win fights. If we judge based on damage, Nate Diaz never would have won a fight in his career. And Rebecca beat Klein this weekend, then basically his face looked like hamburger meat, but Klein broke his leg. Yeah, but that was in the 3rd round. Klein wins round 1 and 2. Yeah, all those guys are casuals. I mean, fuck it, bro. The casuals are the ones that make the sport popular. And just, enjoying somebody fucking hugging is never going to make the sport a success. That's true. Braden, you're right. When a robbery like this happens, you can see who really watched the fight and who didn't. I watched the fight and I was pissed off the whole time because Almeida was fighting like a fucking pussy. Emotional damage is real, 100%. But useless to split to Volkov isn't that crazy. I'd give it to a Jailton, though. Ben was never shit in the UFC. I mean, Jailton's about to get cut from the UFC. So Volkov didn't get a dominant position in the first after being taken down and landing ground and pound shots. He did. AKA Volk won round 1. He did. Bro, split is the most atrocious thing I've ever seen. LOL. I mean, bro, fucking Almeida should learn how to fight like a man then if he wants to get decision wins. You know what I mean? He should learn how to fight like an actual fighter and not like a lay and pray huggy bear grappler. I'm sorry. You're not going to change my mind on this, useless. Jailton was actually top 5 in the UFC. Was Ben ever top 5 in the UFC? No, he wasn't. He got fucking his head kneed into oblivion by Jorge Masvidal. I would love to see Jailton Almeida get put out like Ben Askren did against Masvidal. Like, if we see Jailton Almeida get fucking flying kneed in 5 seconds, I would love nothing more than to see Jailton Almeida get fucking brutally knocked unconscious for fighting like a pussy. I don't give a fuck. You win the fight by winning the most rounds, right? Just double checking. That's what Volk did. Yep. UFC used to be able to be the best fighters fighting the best fighters for the belt. Now it's turned to entertainment. Well, the good thing is that Jailton Almeida is not one of the best fighters. He's one of the best wrestlers. He's one of the best at stalling control positions. He's not a fighter though. He's not a fighter because he didn't go out there to fight Volkov. He went out there to fucking lay on top of Volkov and fucking pray to God that he couldn't fucking get any damage done to him. Fuck Jailton Almeida. I hope they cut his ass. Volk won the first and the third. Yeah, AK won the fight. He did win the fight. He won the fight because he landed more strikes, and Jailton Almeida did nothing besides hold, and holding is not winning a fight. Because he's on fucking steroids. He's a gigantic steroid-filled fucking Brazilian, bro. I mean, yes, he's very strong. He's very explosive. If he can get the easy submission over fucking can heavyweights, he does. But he laid on top of Derek Lewis and did fucking nothing for 5 rounds. And he laid on top of Volkov and did nothing for fucking 3 rounds. He tried to do the same thing against Curtis Blades and hug his way to a win like a fucking bitch. And then Curtis Blades fucking elbowed his brain into a smoothie. And then he quit. He curled up into a ball and fucking just let the referee stop it. Because Jailton Almeida is not a fighter. Was the fight trash? Yes. Did Volk win 2 rounds? If it was a 3-rounder, yes. That's reality. If it went 5, Volk gasses and gets killed. Luckily, it was a 3-rounder. Simple as that. Yeah, Volkov couldn't stop the takedown. And Jailton couldn't do any kind of significant damage whatsoever. Boudet getting cut shows us that. He was 6-1 for the organization, but they got guys fighting for them like Lucas Bresky. Yeah, Lucas Bresky is the guy that they go out there just to get sent to get fucking put on somebody's highlight reel. And Boudet was just fat and fucking hugging people against the fence to decisions. I want to ask a question off topic. I see an argument for both sides, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, go ahead and ask your question, Casual Degenerate. We can go ahead and change the subject here. Fucking, my throat hurts. Jesus. Volk won a three fight round. Simple as that. The speculation of anything else is cool to talk about, but in reality shows Volk wins simply put, and we move on to other matchups and expose the scoring. Yep. Fucking Puja Tomar has a job for them, but not Battle or Boudet. They shouldn't have cut Battle. But Boudet, another boring ass fighter, just kind of hugged people up against the fence. UFC doesn't care if you're not a good fighter who can win if you aren't entertaining. Exactly, bro. And I mean, good fighters are generally entertaining because good fighters get finishes, good fighters inflict damage on their opponents. People like Jailton Almeida are not good fighters because they don't inflict damage on their opponents. He's a great grappler, though. He's great at getting takedowns and laying on top of people. Walter Walker called out Chris Barnett. Is Chris Barnett ranked? No, Walter Walker called out Hamdi Abdelwahab. He was like, you beat Chocolate Peppa Pig, I'll fucking heel hook your ass. He was like, that was a terrible performance. Very good conversation had here. Damn, I don't know how the fuck people give Volkov round 3. Volker called out Hamdi. Yeah, he called out Hamdi Casual. You called out Hamdi, you fucking casual. No, but that his name is Casual, but it's funny just to read it out. Yeah, he did call out Hamdi. He said that you beat Chocolate Peppa Pig, and he was calling Chris Barnett Chocolate Peppa Pig. So yeah, I mean, Hamdi's probably going to get his knee ripped off. He's definitely going to get heel hooked. It's definitely a shitty fight. I think that Walter Walker should be shooting a bit higher than that, than fucking Hamdi Abdelwahab. Like, come on, Walker, fucking, call somebody out that's pretty damn good. Like, why are you going to keep beating these shit cans? Granted, Louis Sutherland is not a shit can. I feel like Louis Sutherland would beat Hamdi Abdelwahab, to be honest. I know that we saw Louis Sutherland get fucked up by Walter Walker, but it's like that's via heel hook. It's a very specialized game plan and skill set from Walter Walker, I think that Louis Sutherland could beat Hamdi in a striking match. Is Hamdi ranked? He's not. Dude, imagine if Hamdi Abdelwahab was ranked. Holy fuck. To be fair, useless. He almost lost round 3 and he barely edged it out. That's the fact. He barely won. Yeah, Volkov barely won for sure. I'm going to call you Papa now instead of Casual. You have a new nickname, Papa. Let's see. We need Walker in the mix at the top. I agree. If you look at Giga versus David Onama round 3, you can see Giga had success halfway through the round, but got taken down and controlled by Onama, and Onama won round 3. Onama was probably landing damage as well. Did he not? If he barely won, he didn't win. I don't know why he would fucking fight Hamdi. I agree. Yeah, that's a really weird-ass fight. Hamdi's not ranked. He has at least 5 wins, I'm pretty sure. I think he's like 5-1 now, but he is a high-level grappler, apparently. We've never seen it, though. Yeah, he's only wrestled Chris Barnett, but it's like, what does that mean? LOL, you crack me up, youngster. A Russian getting a split in Abu Dhabi. How the fuck you guys give Carlos Leal the win over Renat and not gave Almeida the fight. I mean, Carlos Leal got robbed. He was actually landing damage. Almeida didn't land any damage. That's how. I remember AJ and Finch saying Giga got robbed. I got to rewatch that fight. You can ask AJ about his opinion on Jailton Almeida. You know, you can ask, see what he says, Useless. I'm sure that it's going to be pretty similar to what I'm saying, that Almeida did no damage. He's probably not going to fucking harp on it as long as I have, but I'm sure that, I mean, granted, he did fucking dog lock Volkov, so he's going to be biased. Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, AJ will be biased, KZ. Yeah, you're right. But still, fuck it, bro. It was his lock. Yeah, that's true. We've seen Walter's grappling. He will smoke Hamdi. 100%. Yeah, no, it's not even going to be close. Let me see. I'm about to, smoke something. I'll be right back, y'all. Oh, Jesus. Ugh. What up, y'all? Let's see. Let's see. This was a W no matter what. Big W. I appreciate you, my guy. Yeah, we can have differences in opinion. You know, I can get passionate about my take on the fights, but I'm not going to be like, oh, you guys are fucking stupid pieces of shit for the thing that Almeida won, you know. I'm not going to be like a dickhead to you guys. I may be a dick towards Almeida, but not to the chat. I think he locked it in because he knew Volk would barely win, but it's going to be a win regardless. It's my perspective. I love UFC talk no matter what. Yep. Yeah, almost plus 200 odds at one point. But yeah, for sure, Useless. It's also nice to have. Yeah, it also gives everyone's perspective. 100%. This beats talking betting picks sometimes, like a recap of everyone's opinions on the card that just happened. Yeah, bro, it's just a recap of everything that happened in the past fight. You know, just the marinate in the results. Did you guys think that Nathaniel Wood versus Jose Delgado was a robbery? Because I mean, Jose Delgado was a very close fight. Obviously, Delgado took round 1. He almost finished Nathaniel Wood. Nathaniel Wood took round 2, and then round 3 is like a toss-up round. I dislike when people discredit wrestling, but I dislike when wrestling isn't judged by its position to damage output or threats to finish as well. That's why GSP and Usman were so great. Yeah, because they would land consistent shots. GSP was called boring at one point. I wasn't watching the UFC at that point, But I know that GSP was kind of classified as like a lay-in prayer. He had a whole lot of decisions throughout his title defense reign, just taking people down and beating them up. A shitty display of striking can be, but he also had great striking. That's the thing. GSP, that is. A shitty display of striking can be worse than what we see, bro. Like, I'd rather watch Almeida and Volk again than Izzy versus Yoel Romero. Yeah, for sure, 100%. Well, yeah, I mean, Izzy versus Yoel was 5 rounds of terrible, like just nothing. And then Volk and Almeida was just 3 rounds of control grappling. Well put, Chris. I don't mind grappling if they have high-level scrambling or throw ground and pound. Yeah, because that's why Mario Bautista versus Umar Nurmagomedov was much more entertaining than Jailton Almeida versus Volkov, was because Mario Bautista's level of defensive wrestling and grappling was a lot better than Alexander Volkov. So it's like the scrambling was more competitive. It wasn't just Jailton dominating Volkov with the grappling and just wet blanketing him. And like, he was dominating with the grappling in terms of control, but he wasn't doing any damage, and that's why he didn't win the fight. But he was just taking him down at will. He was just controlling him. It was a good display of jiu-jitsu. But it's like, that's why Nurmagomedov, Bautista, as they were scrambling back and forth, Bautista was able to get up. Bautista was able to stuff a couple of takedowns. He was able to maybe to threaten, Umar, like he had him with the toe hold at one point in that first round, I think. I think he tried to threaten like a Kimura. Bautista was a lot better in the grappling to attack Umar back and not just get fucking dicked on the whole time. Granted, Umar did win via grappling, but, Bautista had his moments as well on the ground. I hate the Torres Finney stalling style wrestling. Me too, though. That's what I feel like Almeida was doing. That's the thing. It's effective but not entertaining for the sport. That's exactly how I feel about what Jailton Almeida was doing to Volkov. Absolutely, Braden. I hope we can all watch that fight again, bro, and see Volk barely won round 1. Won round 1? Yeah, for sure. And although it was barely, bro, I mean, he won round 1 because he landed more ground and pound. Like, he was losing, and then he reversed position, and then he won for sure. Like, it was like a clear win for him on that round 1. It was a loss until the end for Volk when he barely won round 3. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just don't think that Jailton Almeida should be rewarded for just holding and stalling. We can say Almeida was winning until his mistake towards the end. I truly agree with that, but Volk barely took it. We see that what happens sometimes with 2 high-level strikers, though. Look at Lewis versus Ngannou. Yeah, there were weird circumstances with that fight. Or Lewis versus Rosenstruck, I think it was. They just mirror each other and don't throw because they're afraid. Yeah, Lewis fucked up his back versus Ngannou when Ngannou was coming off of the Stipe loss, so he was all hesitant. Listen, I must say this. Delgado was a killer, but Wood put out his own KO threats of striking for sure. And when it comes to ground and positions, Wood took that advantage. Yeah, I think because Wood got cut, people say it's quicker of a robbery, but Wood almost flatlined Delgado too. It's a tough one. Yeah, they both hurt each other bad. Nathaniel Wood versus Delgado was a great fight. Bro, I put a blind bet on 3 NFL games today. All big favorites on a 3-leg parlay and one. Fuck yeah, casual degenerate. Congratulations, my guy. Throat's all fucking dry. It's like giving out and shit. Like Armin versus Islam was grapple based. Yeah, that was a great fight. But is genuinely one of the most entertaining fights I've seen grapple wise because of the level of scrambles we got to witness. 100%, bro. Competitive grappling is very entertaining to watch. Like if these guys are attacking submissions on each other, fucking reversing each other in the scrambles, reversing positions on the ground, all that shit's very fucking exciting. It's fucking cool to see. Guys almost getting submissions, guy fighting out of a submission, he flips over to defend the armbar, changes the angle. All that shit is awesome to watch. But it's like when a guy is just holding on to another guy and nobody's moving, and they're kind of just like fighting hands, just staying in the same position. Yeah, I don't know, man. It gets kind of old quick. You guys know what I'm saying? I had Delgado, to be honest, but Wood winning wasn't a robbery. Yeah, it was a very close fight. It was a great fight too. Those guys went back and forth. Delgado showed that he's the real fucking deal, bro. I picked Nathaniel Wood, but it wasn't like, oh yeah, he's gonna smoke Delgado. This kid doesn't have shit. Like I was like, dude, this Delgado kid looks like the real fucking deal. But Nathaniel Wood, I like his experience. He's fought a lot of good fighters. I think that he can give Delgado a loss here, and it's going to be a good learning experience for Delgado. And that's exactly what that was, because Delgado, he had Wood hurt. He tried to finish him in round 1. He realized, okay, this isn't the same kind of can that I've been fighting before. This is Nathaniel Wood. He's a good fighter, and I'm going to have to, this is going to be a tough fight. And then Jose Delgado went through that. That's a good experience for him. He's going to come back way better, bro. Jose Delgado, depending on who he fights, I'm going to say Jose Delgado is definitely going to be a lock for his next fight. I'm going to bet on that dude by finish 100%. Because, bro, fucking he damn near had Nathaniel Wood out of there, bro. That kid's fucking dangerous. Jose Delgado's the real deal. Well done. I messed up today. I got greedy with my NBA parlay. I hit every player prop. I missed 2 money lines. Almeida legit needed to just throw hammer elbows. Yeah, he would have killed Volk. Dude, exactly. Just 12-6 elbows, like fucking 10 of them. If he threw 10, 12-6 elbows around, like full force, he would have won. And he probably could have fucking fucked Volkov up with a significant amount of those. You know, throw 10, you land 4. Still fucking 4 hard elbows that you're landing. His ability to get someone down is amazing, but when he does it, yeah. You crack me up, youngster. You're talking to Braden? Yeah. Casual, I took Barkley for 2 takedowns or touchdowns. When you lose your voice, you know it was a good talk. 100%, bro. I need to catch up with chat. My bad, y'all. The scrambles are crazy. Francis is so lucky to have lost to Stipe, man, and that Lewis fight woke him up. Yeah, for sure. That was a crazy series of events with Francis. Because like he goes out there, he hits Stipe with his best fucking shots. Stipe eats all that shit. Like it was the shots I saw Stipe get hit with by Francis. I wasn't watching the UFC at that time, but I like went and did my, I guess, recap of the sport, watching all these fucking legendary fights. And he was hitting Stipe with some shit, bro. And Stipe was just weathering the storm. Eventually, Ngannou got tired. Stipe was getting him down to the ground. Just incredible. And then he went out there and shit the bed with Lewis again. And then he came back and just killed everybody. Francis legit had a torn MCL. He revealed when he was fighting Gon. Imagine if he was healthy, he would have killed Gon. Yeah, he definitely would have been a lot more dangerous with the striking and the ground and pound for sure. Francis, the heavyweight GOAT. I don't give a fuck. He kills anyone fighting right now. Seeing Gon versus Aspinall, even though it was a short amount of time, Gon was landing the jab well. It was competitive. Tom gets hit, I would say, a lot. So Ngannou would be a problem for him, bro, because Ngannou just needs to land a couple, and it's not going to be good for Tom. Tom has proven that he does have a solid chin, I guess, because he eats everything that he gets hit by. He got hit by blades, didn't really stop him. He got hit by Pavlovich. You know, he got rocked a little bit, but he just came back and got the win quick. So it's like Tom Aspinall absorbs shots and he just tries to land his own. And it's a risky style to be fighting against somebody like Ngannou with that fucking fighting style. He progressed so much over his time in the UFC. Ngannou, for sure. He legit became a monster, and that's why losing can be better than not sometimes within the sport. Yeah, exactly. With Delgado and Wood. Francis losing his son changed him, bro. That's such a don't think we see him fight again ever, sadly. Yeah, bro, that's such a tragedy with Francis Ngannou. I can't even imagine. Real life, he would have been in a casket to Stipe, but sport-wise, just beautiful to see. Yeah, my dad always told me you never know how to truly win until you know how to lose, Christ. That's why John is considered a GOAT, because he never saw a casket even when he lost to Reyes, not literally, but actually. He wasn't threatening to be knocked out. He just lost the fight, if you understand. Yeah, for sure. He didn't get, like, dropped. He didn't get, like, hurt significantly. It's like, bro, John, my issue with John Jones is just the blatant eye pokes. Honestly, it's like the steroids is one thing, but it's like a lot of people were on steroids, like Vitor Belfort, whoever, Chael Sonnen, whoever else. But it's just like the blatant eye pokes from John Jones is like what is what bothers me the most about his fighting. Like, obviously, you have all the other bullshit outside of it, whatever, the wife stuff. But it's like inside the cage, the issue with me, that the issue that I have with John Jones is the fact that he fucking intentionally poked everyone in their eyeballs. It's like, that's just cheating, bro. It's just, he's literally in there cheating actively in the fight. Like, there are like clips of him fighting Rampage. He like has his fingers in his face, and Rampage is like, what the fuck? It's like, you know, it's just like, I can't be on board with him. Like saying being as humble in victory as in defeat, I suppose. Yeah. That's a favorite, Braden. Look at Jordan. Jones lost to Gustafsson, in my opinion. That was a really close one, too, bro. They beat the shit out of each other. Yeah, man. They both of them were busted up in that fight. Michael was blessed to lose before making the finals. Later on, it turned him into a GOAT even in high school. He lost badly to become an animal. Michael Jordan. I think he barely won in the first fight. You're talking about Gustafson Jones. Literally, look at Kobe and LeBron. All the best have taken losses at one point. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, in my opinion, Jordan is above them too. I think I picked Kobe over LeBron, but LeBron Prime was one of the scariest athletic humans ever, and his skill was top tier. Bro, imagine if tell me what you guys think about this. Like super athletes like Kobe, LeBron, Michael Jordan. Like imagine if those guys were to like box or kickbox, or if those guys did any kind of combat sports. Like the mentality that they have. Yeah, it's a different sport, but it's like if you apply that same kind of mentality and athleticism to like fucking MMA or like combat sports, those guys would have been fucking unstoppable. Would have been crazy. How do you pick yourself up in defeat? Do you get up and dust yourself off and keep going? Like Poirier is amazing in defeat and adversity. Others do terrible. They lose one fight and it's a collapse. It's true. Yeah, like it's easy to pick on her, but like Ronda Rousey, you know, she lost to Holly and Amanda and she just completely fell off. And Poirier, yeah, he would just cry at the press conference. He would be like, "Man, I fucking tried for my daughter, man. I tried for my wife Jolie, but it's on to the next one. You know, I just got to pick myself up." And then he fucking went on to knock a motherfucker out. And, you know, Dustin Poirier, he's the man, bro. I love Dustin Poirier. He would always fucking lose, like just like to Khabib, to Islam. That crazy loss to Gaethje, man, fuck. But it's like, you know, he would always get those sick ass wins, and that's why you're a Dustin Poirier fan. Yeah, Jones versus Gustafsson won. He barely won, in my opinion. I love Dustin's career turn, especially beating Connor, bro. I saw that shit live. That was incredible. I got so hyped. And showing you aren't who you once were if you don't give up and put in the legit work. A lot of these UFC guys start losing after being undefeated after a while, then lose like 3 or 4 in a row. Yeah, some of them they lose their confidence. Islam getting knocked out and turned him into the absolute demon he is too, for sure. It's true. I think because Islam, he's undefeated ever since that knockout loss, right? That's the only loss in his career. I'm like 99% sure that that's the case. Yeah, he's 27-1. Okay, so yes. That's crazy, bro. Adriano Martins, he's 29-13 right now. 42 years old. Let's see what happened to Adriano Martins after he knocked out Islam. How long ago was this? All right, so that was in 2015. He was 27-7 when he knocked out Islam. Then he lost a split decision to Leonardo Santos. And then he lost to Cajun Johnson. Who the fuck is this guy, bro? I swear to God, I'm sorry. I'm a casual, bro. I'm a new fan. Who the fuck is Cajun Johnson? Can you guys please enlighten me on who this guy is? So this guy knocks out Islam Makhachev, and then he gets knocked out by Cajun Johnson in round 3 on UFC 215. Some Canadian dude. Raging Cajun Johnson. That's a pretty sick-ass name. So he KOs Islam, and then he goes on a losing streak of 4 fights. What the... And then he gets a win, a split decision, then he loses another decision. What the fuck, bro? So since this guy has knocked out Islam fucking Makhachev, he is 1-6 with 1 no contest. That's fucking wild. Tulio versus CLD early lean. Sorry if you already answered. I might have missed it. No, I haven't missed that yet. I mean, honestly, bro, Tulio's win over Yusri Belgarui has aged very well. I don't know if Belgarui got a lot better after that fight. But I was initially picking CLD. I still might be, but it's like I'm thinking about Tulio. Tulio is good. I don't know. I need to watch some tape on that because CLD, both guys are really fucking good. That's what it's hard to pick fights like that where both guys are like killers. So I got to watch some tape because I like both fighters. You know what I mean? In terms of like their skill set and their ability. It's like I got to think about that a little bit. What are you guys thinking about CLD versus Tulio? Let me ask the chat. Poirier was a fucking journeyman, and he made himself into a star who beat Conor twice. Khabib's loss, from my perspective, is not fighting intelligently. The fights he won, throwing trash-ass strikes and not doing his crisp work on the ground. And then we saw him damn near knock out Conor. Yeah. Yeah, because Khabib would have moments of very sloppy striking, like within his early fights, where he was a fucking journeyman and made himself into a star who beat Conor twice, 100%. Yeah, that third fight was hilarious. Conor was fucking talking shit on the ground with a broken leg. It was like a comedy scene, I swear. Yeah, he was on the ground. He was like, "Doctor stoppage! Doctor stoppage!" And then he was just all pissed off talking shit. Dustin Poirier was fucking doing the walk in his face. That shit was crazy. Like, that's some shit you write as a comedic outcome, not reality. But when it happened, I was dying laughing. Conor should have stayed humbled. Yeah, Conor got fucking, dude. His leg snapping was insane. I hated that happened. Like, obviously, I didn't want Conor to break his leg, but I wanted Dustin to get like a legitimate win over Conor, because it's like, you know, Dustin was beating his ass with the ground and pound. And then all the Conor fans after that was like, "Oh, if Conor would have won if he fucking didn't break his leg." It's like, shut the fuck up, bro. Dustin was whooping his ass. Khabib lost to T-Bow, not literally, but actually turned into a demon after. Yeah, that was a very close fight. T-Bow was stuffing his takedowns. Khabib barely, I don't even know if he got a takedown on Gleison T-Bow, but they were like, Khabib was just holding on to him, essentially like what Merab was doing against Jose Aldo. Mighty Mouse losses turned him into a fucking animal. And T-Bow was also landing strikes on Khabib. Who are we talking about? Henry Cejudo? Yeah, for sure. I heard that a lot about fight. Khabib's perfect record isn't true. That for sure. I agree with that take. Yeah, because Khabib's like 13. I think he's like 13-0 in the UFC. Like, a lot of his fights before that were just against cans for the most part. Look at Ferguson. He was the boogeyman. Literally was on a 12-fight streak. Next thing you know, he's fighting on Misfits card. Same with Woodley. Dude, shit. Tony Ferguson's losing streak was absolutely brutal. Shit is wild, LOL. Have a good night, guys. See you later, Casual Degenerate. Sorry I missed you. Peace, take it easy. Peace, Casual. Your wife is in me DMs. Exactly. To be honest, CLD versus Tulio. I'm taking to not go the distance. That's it. No money line. Let me look at both of these guys right now. What card is that on? I can just find it if I look up either guy. So Tulio is 14-1. Christian Leroy Duncan is 12-2. Christian Leroy Duncan has lost to Armand Petrosian and Gregor Rodriguez. Marco Tulio lost via KO in 2018 to some Brazilian dude in Brazil. Alexandre Silva, 6'3". Right now he's 8-5. So he got KO'd early in his career, but he's been looking good. Since then, he's on a 10-fight winning streak, beating guys like Yusri Belgarui, Ihor Potieria, Trayshawn Gore. Those are his most notable wins. Christian Leroy Duncan's most notable wins are Eric Anders, Dennis Talulin, Dusko Todorovic. I mean, not the greatest amount of wins. Claudio Ribeiro, Andre Pulayev. I guess the knockout over Eric Anders was nice, but I feel like I don't really rate Eric Anders that highly. Like, definitely Marco Tulio is better than Eric Anders. I would say that easily. I don't know, man. I'm thinking maybe Tulio might be the pick here, bro. 10 KOs, 1 submission, 3 decisions. Christian Leroy Duncan, 9 KOs, 1 submission, 2 decisions. Your wife. Yeah, I love the dumbass accent of his. Yeah. Your wife. Casual, looking forward to the next stream. Chop it up, bro. God bless. Tony's fed the streets, though. Tony's the man, bro. Even though he's all schizoed out, he's still fucking cool. I don't even like Conor, but to his defense, the last thing they should have did when he got his leg snapped was laying there on the ground and shove a mic in his face. That shit was fucking insane. They were like, "Hey, Conor, I know your leg is fucking snapped in half right now, but what do you think? What did you think about that fight?" And he's like, "Fuck you, Dustin Poirier! You fucking piece of shit!" Just losing his fucking mind. 12 fights in a row and then 5-fight loss. Easy money. I'm glad he won in boxing. I hope he sticks to that. Yeah, Tony. And he never comes back to MMA. Yeah, I don't think he would. I love Tony in his prime. Wish we got the Khabib fight. Yeah, that would have been sick. Khabib never bled in the UFC, but I think he would have bled against Tony. Tony would have landed some crazy ass elbows off his back, like at least on like the top of Khabib's head. He would have been cut up. Connor's a savage. That Floyd boxing when he turned him into an ego demon, man, seemed to be trying to come back to reality, but that coke habit is bad to shake off. Yeah, bro. I think I've seen recently that he's been looking clean. He's been talking about spirituality. Who knows how long that's going to last? But maybe Connor might be on the path to sobriety. That's wishful thinking, but here's to hoping. Tulio is my favorite fighter, LOL, so I'm picking him. It's such a dangerous fight, though. Why is Tulio your favorite fighter, dude? He's with my fucking girl, Norma Dumont. CLD versus Tulio is tough either way for sure. Cannot go the distance live on that. Let's talk this weekend, lads. Yeah, for sure this weekend. Let's prep early. We should start prelims. First fight to top, main event. If that's cool, either way is good. Let's All right, we can just go through a quick rundown of this. Oh, Jesus Christ. Your boy can't even talk anymore. So, y'all, oh, Jesus Christ. I'm going to have to end the stream because my voice cannot handle talking anymore. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for hanging out. My shit's all fucked up right now. But I'm definitely going to preview stream this next card and talk about it sometime this week. But, your boy is fucking been streaming for 2 hours and 25 minutes here. My throat's all fucked up. And I will see you guys next time. But I'll read like the last little questions that you got in chat here. I'm not just going to peace out immediately. I'm keeping my local fighters for my parlay generational stream. I appreciate you, Hararo. Yeah, we're going till the wheels fall off, dog. See ya. Hell yeah. Next stream for sure, brothers. Yeah. Christ. W stream, brother. I appreciate you guys. So yeah, I'm definitely going to talk about the Garcia Onama card this week. I don't know, Monday, Tuesday. We'll see. Whenever I get off work at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. So yeah, anytime around 6 o'clock Central Time, 7 o'clock Central Time, I'll go ahead and stream this week to talk about the card, give my preview and picks. But I do want to watch some tape. So most likely will be like Tuesday, Wednesday. And then we can break down the whole thing together here. So I can give you guys some actual thoughtful analysis on the matchups instead of just like, oh, this is kind of what I think based on whatever the fuck. But yeah, I'm watching some tape and then we can break it down. Good breakdowns. Looking forward to the next. God bless y'all. Fuck yeah, bro. I appreciate you. Your Connor impersonation in the octagon had me dying. Yeah, bro. Your wife is in me DMs. That motherfucker's crazy. See ya at the Lux nightclub, baby. Yeah. Connor's a fucking maniac. But yeah, peace out, bros. Don't engage in the activities that Conor McGregor does. I'll leave you with that.